so excited to welcome you to this beautiful episode of Talk to Be. It's Talk to Be, baby. Gay, gay. Yes, it's Talk to Be time. You know, it's time to be entertained, it's time to have fun, it's also time to learn. I am Abiola Adebayo. You can call me Dr. B. So people call me Dr. Biola. Which one do you prefer? I love it anyhow. As usual, on Talk to Beats, today you're going to be learning from someone's experience. Of course, people go through stuff. You're going to learn, trust me. Not in a bad way, in a good way. You're also going to unlearn because over the years we've learned some things that are just not right. But because they've stayed too long, you know, when a lie stayed too long, it becomes the truth or it looks like the truth. But yeah, it's not the truth. Okay? Before I introduce my guest, I would like you to know that all opinions and views shared on this podcast are not mine. They are solely that of my guest. They are not of me, neither are they of Talk to Be. Okay? I'll go for a short break. When I'm back, I'll introduce my guest. Don't go away.
Talk to be, share your experience.
Do you need a change of scenery? Are you a tourist or based in Lagos and its environs? Discover New Genesis Royal Apartment now at Magodo, Lagos. Our accommodation options include single studio rooms, 1-bedroom flat apartment, 2-bedroom flat apartment, 3-bedroom flat apartment, 4 and 5-bedroom flat apartment. They are all capacious. All rooms are well equipped with Super King bed size, fully air conditioned, water heater with fully fitted kitchens in all apartments, and security personnel on guard 24/7. Uninterrupted power supply, unlimited access to speedy Wi-Fi, local and international TV stations on 4K Smart TV, free laundry service, snooker board, and well-trained housekeepers are on standby. New Genesis Real Apartment is conveniently located at number 1 Fatai Oduniji Street by CMD Road, close to Otedola Underbridge, Magodo, Lagos. For further inquiries, please call or WhatsApp on +2347 0476 00081 +2347 0476 00086 and +2347 0477 27840. Visit us on our website at www.newgenesisroyalapartment. At New Genesis Royal Apartment, we redefine hospitality to foster emotional connections.
Thank you for staying tuned. In case you're just joining, you're watching Talk to Be. And today we'll be talking more about human trafficking. My guest today is one beautiful woman. If you're used to this channel, if you're Talk to Be family, you remember episode 140. Diola's episode, Diola George, the daughter of the veteran actress Mommy Jumoke George, that was in Mali. You know, it took us a lot, but thank God for the help of just this woman who went directly to look for Diola in Mali. She went there with the help of Nidcom and Honorable Abike Dabiri, who went into action, made sure that we found her and brought her to Nigeria. But this was the person who went directly to where she was staying and dragged her. She practically dragged her and said, "You're going home, you're going home." And she's been able to help a lot of people who were stranded abroad, who were stranded in Arabian countries and even at other places, to bring them back home. Today she'll be sharing her experience with us, how it has been being an anti-human trafficking advocate. So today, join me as I welcome my guest. How are you doing, ma'am?
I am fine, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the other time.
It's a pleasure. It's the
You're
right thing to do.
Yeah, you've been very supportive. You're being of help to a lot of people. I am so proud of you. We are
Yeah.
proud of you as Nigerians. We are proud to showcase you to the world, to let them see what you're doing. So
Thank
let's
you.
start from the beginning. Introduce yourself to us, what you do, where you're from, where you live.
My name is Yakubu Oiza Hope, but most
Okay.
people don't even know my name. They call me Luna.
Luna. Okay.
Luna means more like light in the darkness. Somebody
Okay.
gave me that name.
Okay.
I am an anti-human trafficking advocate.
Okay.
But before I became an advocate, I was a victim.
Hmm.
Then I became a survivor. Then I
Wow.
became an advocate. I am from Kogi State,
Okay.
but I am based in Akwa Ibom State with my son.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Before we go to the story of you being a victim, tell us a little bit about your background, growing up. How was it for you? Where did you grow up? What was your experience like for you?
I was born in Ogun State,
Okay.
Ifo to be precise.
Oh,
I
okay.
came from a very small family. I have just one sibling, my mom, my dad, and my brother.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're from a very small family. I grew up in love, I grew up in kindness and all that. But as a young girl, I had goals. I had goals, ambitions, and I actually wanted to be a doctor. And my dad was working in a railway station. My mom had a restaurant. They
Yeah.
were really trying their best, but I think out of peer pressure or ignorance, I really didn't give them the chance to become my parents, like to really see me through school.
Hmm.
So when we relocated from Ogun State, we went to Kwara State, and from Kwara State, that was sorry,
Yes,
from
ma'am.
Kwara State, that was where I finished my secondary education. And unfortunately, I couldn't go to higher institution immediately,
Okay.
but I started volunteering. There was this Catholic organization that came to eat in my mom's shop. They used to go to villages to do free HIV tests for people. So I developed interest.
Oh,
I was
wow.
quite young then.
Okay.
So when I couldn't go to school, there was an offer to come to Akwa Ibom State. Then I came to Akwa Ibom State. I was still doing my voluntary work. Then I started working in a pharmacy. It was from that pharmacy I was not able to save enough for higher institution. Then I got an offer to come to Libya. And that was how I left Nigeria and went to Libya. So that is just a summary of
Of
my
who
background.
offered you Libya in the first place?
Okay, I would say is a straight friend. I have a friend whose sister was in Libya. So basically, this my friend. I always tell her that, Omo, I just like I am working, but it's not enough, and I need money to go to an institution. She told me that her sister is in abroad. Like I actually go to abroad, work, free accommodation, free feeding, and they will pay me 80,000 naira, so I can just save the money and bring it back to Nigeria and go back to school.
How much were you paid here
I,
at
I
that
was I
time?
was being paid 15,000.
Okay.
But that was 2015.
2015,
Yes.
about 11
11
years
years
ago.
ago, yes.
Okay, let's go to the Libya story now. So she introduced you to that. What happened afterwards?
Okay, when she connected me to the sister, I had a phone there, one Nokia Asha. So I went online and I read up about Libya. I read up that it's a war zone. I think that was 4 months after Gaddafi issue
Gaddafi.
happened. So I read about the war ongoing and now it might be unsafe. But there was no information about human trafficking online. There was nothing. The only thing I just read was war, that chances of war always breaking out is high.
Hi.
So I spoke to the lady about my fear. She was like, they've been there since there's been no war, but there was no single information about human
Human
trafficking or
trafficking.
exploitation, nothing. So I felt that if it's war, that at least it is something I can risk. And I explained to her
You can
that
fight war.
I can't
I'm just
fight though.
joking.
So I said it's something I can risk. Honestly, if there was information about human trafficking, I wouldn't have taken that risk.
Hmm.
So I spoke to her that I didn't have enough money as transportation. She now said I should not worry, that since I am a friend, I am a sister's
Sister's
friend,
friend.
she's going to sponsor the journey. That when I come back, when I come to Libya, I can work and pay
Yeah.
her. I was very happy. Like it was like God just answered my prayer.
Hmm.
So that was March. I was praying for my birthday then, sef. March 2020, 2015,
15.
yes, 2015. So I left Akwa Ibom State. I told my mom about it,
Okay.
but I didn't tell my mom that I'll be traveling by road.
You
So
knew you were going to be traveling by
I knew I
road.
was going by road. She told me that within 1 week would be there. I should just get my passport. So I got my passport. I went to my mom's place. I explained to my mom that I have an offer to come abroad. And
Abroad.
yes, abroad. We cannot, I told her abroad. So she was worried. I said, no, no, no. I mentioned the person to her, and she knows the lady very well. She now said, okay, no problem. She spoke to her on the phone. Then I left. So from there, I had to go to Lagos first. When I
Okay.
got to Lagos, that was the first person I met. The brother to the lady I was going to meet. It was the one that picked me up from the park.
Okay.
So it was not like she know what that I'm not even the only one going. That a lot of girls are going. And it was right. The following day, about two ladies joined us. So they gave us
Where?
again in Lagos, in that man's place.
Okay. You slept at his
Yes,
place.
I slept at his place. Two other lady joined us. Then about 3 days later, they said we should get ready for our journey. They asked us to buy some provisions like rice, noodles, all those small small edibles, Milo and all that one, which we did. Then we left. They took us to a park, whether it's my two or my 12, I can't remember the exact one.
My two.
We book Kano bus. So
My two,
yeah,
right?
right. So it was a night bus. Then we got to Kano. Even when we got to that my two, we still met other people going to that same Libya. So it was not like group
Okay.
travel. So all of us were talking. We traveled through the night, and when we got to Kano, there was somebody waiting for us to pick us. So the man came, he picked us, and he took us to one more like an uncompleted building there. We spent the night there for another vehicle to come and convey us from that place.
You slept at an
We
uncompleted building.
slept there. I was not even the only one. As at that time, self, I was not seeing the red flag in all this thing. There's a
Yes.
way you be with a group of people you are talking about. You are not
You're
seeing. You are
gisting.
gisting. You don't see anything wrong. I didn't.
You're happy.
So the following day, another bus came. It was at night to come and take us to another place called Zindel. And that was where I started feeling a little bit uncomfortable because it was like this mini bus. There's something we call mini bus, but this one has no seats. It was empty. Then they asked all of us to go inside. Where they were even shouting and cursing. I'm this kind of person. I don't like someone shouting at me too much. It was off. People were saying that it's more like a proverb that you are going on Ozu journey. You should be strong. You should take all these things to heart. So we entered the bus. They squeezed us inside until we got to
You
Zindel.
were sitting on the floor.
We were sitting on the floor because
Because
they
there
removed all
were
the chairs.
chairs.
We were sitting on the floor. They removed all the chairs. The driver traveled through the night. He off his headlights, and the way he squeezed us, you'll be so uncomfortable. He wants you not to talk, not to shout because of police and all that one. Because it was passing not a straight road. There was no documents, no nothing. We're crossing to Niger, another country, without any document. So anytime people are trying to shift because the place is uncomfortable, this driver will just come out he will just park, bring out stick and be eating everyone because
Jesus.
so we had no option than to just keep shut down. All of us were even scared because there was no headlight. What if this man go and eat something? What will happen? So we shall got to Zindel. From Zindel, they took us to Agadez. And even before we got to Agadez, we needed to cross. We needed to evade all these. Is it immigration officer? This part at the checkpoint. We needed to evade them, so they said we should use bike. Two people on a bike, and the place is so sandy. It's not a straight road. It's more like a deserted area, so it's sandy. We're just falling on the bike. You climb the bike again. You fall on the bike. It's also annoying and crazy at the same time. So we got to Agadez. When we got to Agadez, the place was.
How long did that take you?
No, it took us just about 2 days.
Okay.
About 2 days. So when we got to Agadez, we met a lot of people at the ghetto where we were. There were a lot of persons were there, and it didn't feel like something off was happening because there were lots of persons embarking on this journey. We met new people, but at Agadez we stayed about 4 days, and the place too was just one big ghetto. No place to sleep, no place to bathe, no water, no food. The only day we got rice because at that point we had converted our money to cedis and it was small money because they asked us to keep a little money in case we need to bribe on the road. So everybody was trying to manage money. We got little rice. There was nothing to cook it. It was so terrible. We were there until a Monday.
So
Monday,
what were you guys
we're
eating?
just managing. We're just managing. Sometimes if people are cooking, maybe other groups they are group cooking, you just have to go and join them and eat their food with them. All of us were managed because we don't even know the road ahead, and because we have small provisions in the bag, maybe golden more biscuits. We're also munching on those stuffs. So on a Monday, it was on a Monday morning, very early, around 4 a.m. We were just hearing shouts. Everybody, wake up, all those stuffs. Elox was outside. It was the Elox that will carry us through the desert from that Agades to Libya.
Elox.
Yes, this tundra, this that has this open back. So the Elox came now. Me mentally, I was thinking maybe it's this this coaster
Boss.
luxury. That was what that was the picture I had in mind. But when I saw the Lord, I said, "Would someone travel through the desert inside this Elox?" So on that Elox, there was stick beside it. Inside the Elox, they mounted stick at the edges, So for we women, they allow us to enter. They say women should enter. You enter, you open your leg like this. Another woman will sit. She will open her leg. Another one will sit, open her leg, so that the place will be enough. And before sitting in the Elox, they had to put fuel and water. The fuel they will use for the Elox in the vehicle and the water that we are going to drink on the road. They already filled that in the Elox already with small, small bags. So there was no space. So we still had to sit and manage like that. Then they asked the men to sit on the edges and hold stick.
Phew.
So me after sitting and opening leg, it was not comfortable because my leg, the person sitting was already sitting on my leg and it was paining me. So I said, let me sit with the boys. They said, no, there's only boys that can sit in case they fall. I said, I still prefer it because it's not 1 day journey, not 2 days, not 3 days journey.
Ha!
Let me still sit. So I was allowed to sit at the edge and I held stick. And that was how we started the journey. These drivers, they can run anyhow. Like it's desert, everywhere is free. So they were just speeding, they'll be jumping, all those ones, more fear. So we traveled throughout the day until we got to a checkpoint. The first checkpoint that was at night. There were a lot of Eloxes there sef that were they were standing. They were bribing those officers on the road. So our own Elox too stopped. They asked us to bring money. But before we left Nigeria, what they told us was that we are not that although they might ask us to settle, but we should allow the driver to do it. That they've paid driver everything that we need to pay. But the officers they were insisting that we have to give them money. Whether it was 10 dinars, I don't really remember the exact money, but they were asking for money. So all of us told them we don't have money. They will ask you to remove your clothes so that they can search you and check if you don't have money. There was one officer that said something at that point that was very it wasn't disturbing there because I didn't know the meaning. He said, how can you say you don't have money when you are going to Libya to do business? So business is business now. It was when I got to business, I got to know that business had another
Meaning.
meaning. So business is business. So we didn't see it as anything then. So after plenty back and forth and all that, they allowed us to go. The driver settled them, which we pay. Some people pay 10 dinars, 5 dinars, and all that. So we're about to leave. As we're about to leave, there was one guy on the floor. He was breathing, but he was bleeding heavily. So I was not like, what was going on now? We were going already. Then I say he probably fell from the Elox. I said, why did they not take him to the hospital? They
Where?
were not like, is there hospital in the
Desert.
desert? Or more. That was why I said, okay, no problem. Let me sit and join. Let
The
me just
thing.
sit and join the women. Let them break me. It's better than sitting on the edge. But that actually changed my entire mood because the conversation now started among all of us. People that there are people that have actually tried the road up to 2 3 times, and there were bloggers in that same vehicle. Bloggers are people that when they get to Libya, they still come back to Nigeria, bring more girls. They still it's like a business for them, so they are very familiar with the road. So they were like, if somebody fall from the vehicle, the drivers don't stop, so that if they stop, they might miss their road, so they just go, and that's how they leave the person. Omo, go just catch me. So
So
we're
you
going.
saw the
We saw
you
the
saw
guy. Yeah, he was there on the floor. Nobody was even attending to him or something. That was the first traumatic thing I saw. So we traveled. The following day, we were still going on the journey and all that one. The driver would stop occasionally, sometimes to refill the fuel, sometimes so that we drink water, sometimes so that we eat.
they'll give all of you water at the same
No,
time.
there is water. You can drink water.
Okay.
There was enough water for all of us. And we were lucky enough. Our vehicle did not spoil on the road or we didn't get missing or something. So we're not really stranded until when we got to Brack. I think the entire day we spent from Nigeria to Libya was 1 month plus. Yes, like the entire day, 1 month plus. But to cross the desert, we only spent about 4 days. The reason why it was up to 1 month plus was sometimes we were hiding from the police. Sometimes the vehicle that's supposed to pick us from one point to the other will not come at the right time. So we have to be there in the desert, in the forest, and all that one.
Hey.
So when we got to Brack now, Brack is already in Libya. He's just left for us to get to the point I was going to. That was the state capital. We got there, the Elox man dropped us. He said another vehicle will come and carry us. They dropped us in someone was building his house. The place was already fenced. That was where they dropped us. That we should just be there until the driver come. So we didn't know how whether the owner or the police got information that people were in his uncompleted building and all that one. So it was just at night. Mosquito was even biting us, eh? So we're even looking for a way to just get rid of mosquitoes and all that and look for something to eat. That was how we just saw some ilos just drove in. Everybody just ran away. I wanted to even climb tree, but there was no even tree to all of us just scattered everywhere. Because if they catch us, it's police station straight. I've not even gotten to where I'm going. So when those Elox left, now we came back. Nobody could sleep that night because we don't know if they will come back or if they will not come back. Then to the glory of God, we spent about one 1 month plus before we got to the state capital to see the person I was going to meet. When I got there, before, like I said, before I left, I had a phone. I actually went online to do a lot of research. I was on this person's profile, seeing how she was living and all that one. And unfortunately for me, what I was seeing on social media was not what I met when I got there. I felt she was very comfortable because she had the best of airs, she had the best of clothes, best of almost everything. But when I got there and we got to she was living upstairs. I got there and there were lots of people even in that same apartment. That was like lots of girls were staying together and all that. I was like, this is not the vision I had in mind. And I got there, I greeted everyone. I was still happy. I wasn't even feeling bad. I just want to make my own money and go back home. Then she told me I'll be going to work the following day. I had just arrived and I am an ulcer patient. I was having terrible ulcer pain. So I thought maybe it's something I will rest a little. So she said she will give me clothes I'll use in starting work. They gave me clothes to go and use in starting work. I won't call it clothes, I won't call it rag. Then the following day, I got to Libya May 3rd or 4th, either of the two, May 3rd or 4th. We left Nigeria March 30th. I got there May 3rd or 4th, either of the two. The following day, the agent that would take me to work came. I went to work. It was, man, very big house, like 3-story building. One Two brothers owned the house. The younger brother was staying up with his family. The elder brother was staying down with his own family with the first two building. So I was to clean everything. And the Arabs they want everything sparkling clean. That's one thing about them. They want, like, when you're cleaning, they want you to clean until you cannot clean again. I'll wake up as early as 7 a.m. Sometimes I'll sleep by 12 a.m. I will clean. The chemicals were harsh. The chemicals were peeling my hands. Like, my hands were swollen from those chemicals. It was peeling. And the following day, I have to dip the hand in water. It will give me this burning sensation that I will start crying. I will clean and clean and clean until I could not clean again. So after about 1 month, because after every month, you go home for off. You go home on a Thursday. You rest on Friday. You come back to your work on Saturday. So after that, for that my first off, I told them I cannot go back to that family. My hands, everything
You
is.
were living with them
Yes, we're living with
for
them.
a month.
Yes, for a month. You stay with them. And at the end of the month, you collect your salary. So I told them I cannot clean with these people again. The house is too big. And people, they started complaining that this one, I don't think this one can work. Oh. Just the first work, you already complaining. And I said, hey, I am not a lazy person. I know myself, I am not lazy. But this house is too big. I can't. So she said she's going to change the work for me. I was happy. They took me to another work. The other work they took me to was very okay, bungalow. Um, the families were elderly families. They had just one son, or the other children were already married. So the place was okay. Sometimes if I wake by 8, before 2 p.m., I was already done cleaning. Find the mother in the kitchen, assist her in cleaning up the kitchen. They don't allow us to cook for them. So he wants just to clean after them. She was a very lovely woman, so I love staying with her. Then, but one thing, after about 3 months, 4 months, this son, whenever he comes to the kitchen, he will eat me. Sometimes he will eat my bum, sometimes he will eat my boobs. And I'm like, no, as that time I was speaking Arab already. I told him I don't like this thing. Sometimes when I'm cleaning the bedroom, he will just come. And normally, Arabs, the way they are raised, they're not supposed to even talk to women if they are not their wife or their sister. So the guy was really, sometimes he would just open the door to the place I sleep without knocking, without calling my attention. So I started complaining to the mom that this is what is happening. The mom would deny that her son cannot do such a thing. So I started telling them that after that month, I will not come back to this family again because they have started one day might assault me, and if I report, they will say I was lying against the boy. So the mother said no, I should not even think about it. Then I now noticed something. I'm this kind of person that when I keep something here, I know that this is where I kept my thing. If you move it from to another place, I will notice. So whenever I go out to clean, wash the compound and everything, if I come back, I notice that my bag is not in the exact place I kept it. So I will search my bag because I've heard the cases of setup and all that one by all these Arabs. Sometimes I'll see money, sometimes I'll see gold, like the mother's earring, her ring, and all that one in my bag. So I'll remove it. If I'm cleaning our room the following day, I'll go and return it back to our room. If I see money, if I'm cleaning the following day, I'll take it back to their room. I knew they were trying to set me up. So I now made it a point of duty every morning and evening. I make sure I search my bag. Anything that is not mine, I return it. I don't have much clothes, just something I use in cleaning. So after they paid me the last salary, the mother asked me if I'll be coming back. I said yes, I'll be coming back. I didn't tell them I will go again. So she now said no problem, that they will go and drop me. The following Saturday they will bring me. Although I don't know route, but whenever we are going home, I know that yes, this is the direction to our place. But that day, the way they were driving, I knew they were not going to our place. I felt maybe they wanted to, because sometimes they do buy us gifts, maybe chocolates, this night gown and all that. I felt maybe she wants to buy me something until we got to police station. So we got to the place now. They told them that I stole from them. I was like, how? Steal quoi? So I said, okay, now let them search my bag. They searched my bag and they saw money, 600 dinars, but that was the salary they gave me for that month. So they asked me, how did I get the money? I said, it is the salary these people pay me, that they are taking me home to go and rest. The mother told them that it's a lie, that they have not paid me salary. Okay, those were the same. Where's my document? I gave them my passport, but my passport is not stamped. I don't have working permit. I don't have any residential permit. That was how they locked me up. So me, I felt that maybe there'll be lawyer or maybe they'll call embassy or something, something. I didn't know. So that was the time I got to know what was going on in Libya. There was no embassy, there was no lawyer, there was no nothing. I was taken to prison, Abu Slim prison. And when I got there were a lot of girls, like lots, I mean a lot and lot of girls. Some were sick, I mean very sick, skin in a way that all their bones, all their ribs were showing. There were children, they were having all the skin issues, their hair, everything was very bad. I was like, wait, what's going on? So in that prison, the people that have been there for a while, they're like, I won't call them capone, but they're like people that speak and they are very active. So I explained that this is what's going on, that how will is embassy coming, or is there a lawyer? They now laugh. Everybody was laughing at me that maybe I just came to Libya or something. I said I've been here for a while. They said, where is my burger? I said my burger, because now my burger has crossed to Europe. Although she told me that we should cross together. She went to Italy. The person that brought me,
Brought you.
and the person that brought me is my burger. But when she wanted to go to Italy, she told me to join her to go to. I said no, that I'm scared of crossing the sea. So the lady was not telling that I think my burger was still around. I will call her and they will look for a way to get me out. And I said, okay, what if embassy come? They say embassy do come once in a while to come and deport people back home. I said fine. One day turned to 1 month, 1 week, 1 week turned to 1 month. Nothing was happening. Girls were actually dying, the very sick ones. And one thing I noticed about, although they were giving, I will not call it food, there's something called ubza, one dry bread That was basically what they use in feeding us. And anytime they give us, there's something like beans, but their own beans is actually bigger than our own. Anytime they give us this one, you could smell drug in it. Like, you know that there is something inside the food you are eating. Anything they give us, you will smell it that there was something off with what you are eating. So we're eating it. There was, I don't know, the lady died before me I got there, but the child was still there. The child was falling sick, so I started taking care of this child. Because before me I left Nigeria, I was once a volunteer for the Catholic organization and I worked in pharmacy. So I had little ideas about medications and all that one. So I was taking care of the girl. Sometimes I will write some wording are actually very nice, very okay. Oh. But some of them are evil. Like some of them even work with male wardens that they will move you from the prison to go and sexually satisfy those male wardens. Some of them are like that. But some of them they are very okay. Sometimes we need pad, they will not give us pad. They'll say that the pad they brought, they've exhausted it. So you have to bleed all over your body and the bathroom, a bathroom that a lot of people are using, it's not always in the best position. And you are in prison, they are in prison. Who will you tell to go and clean the bathroom for you now? And even if you clean it, before you finish cleaning, somebody else is coming in to mess it up. And if you do anyhow, those people that have been there for a very long time, they will maltreat you and all that one. So my own consolation was in those children that are actually very sick, in taking care of them, nurturing them, cleaning them up and all that one. I didn't have friends there. It was not even a place to have friends. So there was a day, there was this woman, I will not mention her name. What she does is she move people to go and clean for her, especially on Friday. If she is having lots of guests, she only select girls that she likes, actually, girls that she's interested in. They'll go and clean her house for her, wash plate and all that one at no cost. Then
From the
from
prison.
the prison, yes. She will feed them, they will eat and they will come back. And there was one evil one too that will move people to go and sexually satisfy others because they don't put male and females together. And for the female prison, women are in charge of looking after them. For the male,
Yeah.
that's how it works over there. So there was one day we were all there, and we just heard that all of us should come out, that they caught some people trying to escape. Escape what? If you see the way the place is just like one big hall. The roof is so high. So there's how will someone even escape from this kind of place? They say they want to search. That one they caught phone with some people that they were communicating with people outside. But normally when you get there, they search you and collect everything, especially phones. If you have phones, they'll collect it and money, they'll collect it from you. So they say they caught phone with some people and they caught some people trying to escape that they want to search us that we should strip. So remove our clothes. And me, unfortunately for me, I have a tattoo of cross and rosary in my stomach. It's an Islamic country. So that was the first my name. I changed my name to Rukeya. Even when I was registering, I registered as Rukaya, and I told them I am a Muslim. I wear hijab and all that one. So me removing my clothes and there's a big tattoo of rosary in my stomach with crosses, almost a slab everywhere.
Wow.
That was one of the things that actually first stood me out. Like it made everyone to know me. That was it. Like that, my when my crosses tattoo is big, my rosary tattoo is very big. So
So they
obvious.
saw it.
They saw it. That was first thing they saw. It actually now distracted them from the phone they were looking for. They beat me. It was I don't even know what the anger was, whether I lied I was a Muslim or they just hated the tattoo or everything. So it actually stood me out. It made them to like all the worders, they made them to know that this girl is a Christian and she has a tattoo. So obviously they saw me as a sinner or the worst person on earth. So before I could easily meet up with them and say we need this child is sick, if they can get us this thing, but now if I now go, it's a like the hatred is just so obvious and there, it's now more like tit for tat. So that woman that always pick people to go and clean for her, I met her one day. I told her that if she could please let us use her phone, I want to talk to my family outside, because there was something they were doing in Banamish. They were bailing people out actually. If you have money, enough money, I think at her then it was 3,000. You just see maybe a girl you saw today, tomorrow you are not going to see her. But there were rumors around that they are doing Banamish. That if you have someone outside, they can actually, there's a way they will work with them and bail people out. So I met the woman that if she can allow me to use her phone, that let me talk to people outside so that they can send money. She now said no, that something like that was not going on. That it's only the embassy that will come and they will deport us back to our country. I said okay. So, but whenever I still need something, I will meet the woman. I remember she once gave me pad. Then one of the child that was not the one the mother died before I got there. The child was very very sick, very very sick, and they needed, I think they needed transfusion for that child. They, how it was supposed to work was that they would take the child to the hospital. If the mom was alive, the mom will coordinate money, they will use it in caring for the
For the
child. But
child.
there was no mom. I was just like this standing, maybe until the embassy come. The embassy can take the child and deport the child. I don't know how it works then. Or maybe if I was the one that they'll be deported, I can go with the child and look for the child's relative and hand over the child to them. So I now spoke to the woman that they should take care of this child. This child is going to die. Other children are dying. She now said okay that she's going to talk to the boss. So she spoke to the boss, and the boss in charge of that prison then, at that Abu Slim prison, Abu Slim Rubbish, that's the nickname. Rubbish means all of us there, we are rubbish. They don't see us as anything. The one there, the woman in charge, as at then, I don't know if she's still the one in charge now, she's the one that always pick women to go and sexually satisfy people in the male prison. So she spoke to her. They now asked me whether the child is mine. I said the child is not mine. I didn't come with any child. I met this child in this prison. She now said, okay, that do I have family that I can call to bring money? I said, no, I don't have family, but I can work. I can work very well to clean for them. As at then, they were paying 6,000 dinars. That's about 120,000. And there's no treatment they wanted to give that child then that 600 dinars, rather, 600 dinars cannot cover. So she didn't say anything about it. She just said they will get back to me, that I should just leave. So I left. The other guys were even laughing at me because those ones were like, I they overdo. I said, I'm not overdoing. People are like, the thing is mentally affecting my, I mean, so I want to leave this place. If I, nobody, my parents didn't know I was in prison. My brother did not know I was in, nobody knew where I was. They just knew I was offline. No one was communicating with me. I don't want to die in this place. And the people that have been dying, we are not sure they're even burying them. I mean, I want to leave. So that night now, the woman just called me. They drove us out. It was me, Demilari, and one other girl. So I thought maybe they were even taking us to go and clean. We didn't know they were taking us to the men that they always pick
Take them to.
sexually satisfy. The men they always use women to sexually satisfy. So we got there. You see the man. They had already briefed him that maybe I have tattoo or something. The man said I should remove clothes. Remove clothes, kwa. So he wants to see my tattoo. I said, sure. I said, the tattoo. No, if I don't tell you I have tattoo, nobody will even know I have tattoo. It is just between me and myself. At that point, if I was not regretting that, why did I even draw this tattoo? So I should remove my clothes. I removed my clothes. So I should kneel down. I knelt down. And I say, okay, that they say my child is sick. I say it's not my
My child.
child. Maybe I was not fluent in Arab or something. It was not hearing me. And I say, okay, will I donate for the child? I say yes, I will. That I'm O positive. And before I left Nigeria, I am a donor. And I say good. That it's going to take 1 pint for the child and it's going to take 1 pint for himself. Now I don't even know what he wants to use 1 unit of blood for. I said, no problem. There was a doctor, or like say a doctor or a nurse. But the annoying part was that the particular nurse, they didn't take me to hospital, but the particular nurse that that withdrew blood for me is a Nigerian, a black, a Nigerian like me. She was speaking pidgin. Two of us were communicating pidgin. They took the first pint. They took the second pint. I think I fainted because I don't even know what happened. I know I shall met myself in our own prison the following day. So they took the child away too. I didn't see the child until I left. They said they were going to take care of the child and they will take the child to the embassy. Hopefully so. Then that woman, the first woman I met, that the one I said she gave me pad when I was in one of my period, she now came. She now said, will I love to work for our family? I said yes, I would love to work for her family. She said I'll work for them for 3 months though. That but after 3 months I am free to go. That she will not bring me back to prison. I said okay. I told the other girls. The other girl says it's a lie. Oh, that maybe they will go and sell me, they will go and kill me, they will go and harvest my organ. I was scared. I didn't know who to believe, whether I should trust the woman or I should
Ma,
trust
trust
the
them.
girls. So now I said, okay, let me trust the woman. That there's nothing that wants to happen that there's nothing the woman can do to me that has not already happened to me in this prison. So I followed the woman home. I got to her place. Her sister is a doctor, Dr. Nora, very nice. I started cleaning for the family. The husband, the sister, every one of them, they liked my work and all that one. And true to her words, after 3 months, she allowed me to go. They didn't pay me salary, but she said I can go. If I want to go back to Nigeria, I can still work for them and go back to Nigeria. And I wish I actually took the offer. But then I was not like, I've been in this country for how long? I cannot go home empty handed. So I now went back to the first place we got back to. As I then my burger had already gone to Italy. Sorry, she has already gone to Italy,
Mm-hmm.
but there were still people living there. And there was one person that was very kind to me since I came by. Now say, okay, that since I want to work, they're going to look for two other girls to join me, so that we'll be paying house rent together. And since then, I had phobia for living with those Arabs. I was just scared of living with any Arabs again. So I told them to look for a work for me that I can go in the morning and come back in the evening. And I saw they got me a work. They got us house. I started living with two girls. The house rent was 300 dinars. We're paying 100 dinar. So I'll go to work in the morning. I'll come back in the evening. But one of the disadvantage of living at home was that these Arabs, they call them asthma boys, they can just bust your house and come all the money you've saved. They'll pack everything. So we'll go back to square one again. Sometimes we'll work. My own, I was just saving to come back home. As at
Mm.
that point, I said I am not even saving for school again. Let me just come back home. But we will work. We'll work, keep in the house. They'll just come one day, bust the house, pack everything we have. So the three of us were just living alone. And as later, the boys told us that we should be saving money in their washer. Washer is like where the men work. So at the end of the month, instead of us saving money in the house, we'll save it in the washer. And in Arab countries, it's actually women. It is difficult for women to live alone. You become a target. You have to live with your father, with your husband. There were people asking me out then. Then I finally decided to date one of them. My other two friends, roommates rather, they also decided that they want to move in with their own partners too, because we were working but was not showing. By the time we pay house rent, we feed ourselves, pay transportation, the little ones we are trying to save, they'll come and still take it from us. So we say that okay, when we move in with this men, we can basically save feeding, save transportation and all that one. We actually agreed, but we didn't really implement it. We still kept living like that one. Then I started dating my partner. Then I'll go to his house, then come back, go to his house, come back. The other friend too, she was now going and coming, but she told us that she actually wants to move in. We said okay, no problem. We had plans of when to move in after our birthday. One of my friend, our own birthday was February, my own was March, and this our plan started maybe around July the previous year. So let's just wait till next year, celebrate our birthdays together, then we can now go our separate ways. I said no problem. So I was still working. I was working with a very nice family. I'll go by 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Sometime by 4, I was already done, and they were paying my complete money. Friday was my off day. They allowed me to stay at home on Friday. Then I got pregnant. I think I became pregnant around August or September, but I was still working because I needed that money. My then partner asked me that okay, I should stop working, I should come and stay permanently with him. Then he will be paying me equivalent of the
Is he a
salary. He's a
Nigerian?
Nigerian, he's a Yoruba. They'll be paying me equivalent of the salary. I said okay, that me and my friends we already have plans that I think I got pregnant around November, it should be November, yeah. That after my birthday I might move permanently to him. So I was not showing, but I was going to work. I was still very agile with work. Then we started making plans for the birthday. It wasn't a celebration, just for us to cut cake and be happy and we'll go our separate ways. That date was our off day. It was on a Friday. It was March. My other friend's birthday was February. Mine was March. But we said let us do everything in March together. I was supposed to stay at home to cook. I was asked to cook beans while they go to the market to buy that stuffs we might need. So I cooked the beans, I ate, I was lying down, and I was waiting for them to come back. One thing is that we have the in Libya, basically if your friend is going out, they have to keep updating you. Ah, this is where I
I'm
am, oh,
here. I'm
this is
here
where I am,
now.
okay, because if you don't hear from your friend maybe in 2 hours, it's a big red flag. Something has gone wrong. So you know the time to cook beans now. I had already finished cooking beans. I was one that picked the beans. I was one that cooked the beans, and they were not back. So I ate. I slept. I woke up. I didn't see them. I didn't see their missed call. We're living upstairs, and I went downstairs. Whether they were with the other Nigerians there, they said no, they've not seen them. So I called. The two of them were not picking. Ah, I knew something was going on. So I went downstairs again to tell them, these people are not picking calls. So they told me I should not panic. That I know I am pregnant. That I should not panic. That maybe they are planning a surprise or something. I said, who planned surprise in Libya?
Libya.
So I called till 4 p.m., 5 p.m. They were not picking. I said something is wrong somewhere. They said I should just calm down. I said, okay, I'm calm. Then around 8, she now called. One of them now called. I picked the phone. Me, I wanted to even shout that what was the meaning of all this thing. It was a man that was speaking. A Nigerian, not a Nigerian, a Nigerian from his accent. It was like, he said, he has kidnapped my sisters. Huh? So one of the Nigerians with me there now collected the phones that was going on. Now said they've kidnapped my two sisters, that we should bring money to bail them out. So they asked how much. They say 1,000 dinars. That's about 200,000. Now say okay, that's already late. The following day we are going to bring the money. So the following day in the morning we called them now. We said, can we hear their voice? Say no, we cannot hear that. But when we bring the money, they are going to release them. So I now said okay. One of the mistake I made was when it was time, the money it was 1,000 that was easy for us to get the money together, but nobody agreed to go with the money. Me, I didn't know that there's a possibility that I'll go there. That they were trying to use the money to lure me over there. So I called our taxi man. I explained to him, Khalid, that see what is going on. They've kidnapped this person and that person. He now said, okay, no problem. That will come and take me there to go and get them. When Khalid even came, was like, I should not worry. I should give him the money. I gave him the money. He said he's not even going to pay them the money. He showed me his cutlass. That he's going to use the cutlass to threaten them. And because from they were blacks now, so we thought it was just we got there. They asked us to come to Tejura, Kubisha Inat. We got to Tejura and we got there around 12. We called. They say, are we with, did we come with police? We say, we did not come with, we don't even have documents. Which police are we going to report to? They said, did we come with anyone? I said, no, it is only me and the taxi man. 12:05, 12:10, we kept calling them. They say that they are seeing us, that we should just wait, that they will come. They want to be sure that we are not with police. So immediately it was 12:30. I was not comfortable again. I just told Khalid that Khalid should let us go, that these people are just playing with us. So as we were about to leave that Kubri, one tinted car just blocked us. Blocked us. People came out. They were not even blacks, they were Arabs. Came out with gun. Like I was just went in shock. They came out with not pistol, like with big guns. And vehicles were still passing on that Kubri. Nobody stopped to ask what was going on. So Khalid wanted to bring out his cutlass. I was at the beat him. They broke his wing, they broke his front mirror, they beat him, collected the money from him, the 1,000 dinars, collected his own personal money. That's how they dragged me inside the vehicle, inside their own vehicle. I was sitting in the middle. One was here, one was here, one was in front, one was driving. Two of them were beside me, one was in the front. The one beside me started searching me, and I was putting on Jalamia, but I had clothes under. Started searching me, collected the phone with me. I went out with a small phone. Because one another thing in Libya is that if you are going out, you go with your small phone, you keep the big phone inside because anything can still happen. So I was with the small phone, he collected it. I had maybe about 5 dinars, he collected it from me. And he brought out his spray and was just spraying it on me that I'm smelling. Although all we blacks, according to them, we smell. I was in shock. I didn't even understand what was going on. So, but one thing I started doing was that all their samples is in Arab, but I started just looking out for something in case I'm able to call someone. I can even tell them where I am. I don't even know where I was, but I was looking for landmarks and signposts that actually stood out. So they drove for a long period of time until we got into a place. I will not even call it forest, but it was only trees. There was no house. These people kept driving until they got to one house, one big house in the forest. We came out from the vehicle. They were speaking Arab, but I didn't speak Arab to them. I didn't do like I knew what was happening, or what I didn't do like I knew that
You
I
understand the
understand what's
language.
going on. We got there were about six people in that house, men, Arabs. They were drinking, smoking, even though they say they don't take alcohol, but those ones were taking alcohol. They were smoking, laughing, and all that one. So the people that brought me, they now called and told those Nigerians that they've brought me, oh, that I am now there with them. So in that same house, there was CCTV. In the sitting room, there was one big TV, and from the TV, you can see that they had cameras in the forest, looking at everywhere in that forest. So I knew that any plan to escape, I should just die that thought. So I started begging them. At that point, I told them that I'm even pregnant. Though I explained to them that I'm pregnant. So they say it's a lie because I was not even showing. But if I remove my jalamia, you could see that a child was forming inside of me. So I didn't want to remove my jalamia because of
Because
my
of your
tattoo.
tattoo.
But I lifted the jalamia from the clothes on that you could see that a child was forming inside of me. But I didn't remove the clothes. I was scared of that tattoo. So those they were just laughing. They didn't even really pay attention to me. Like I was more like I was not even their problem. I think their own work was just to bring me in. So later, those black people now came. Those Nigerians, they came. They were laughing. They were shouting. I was like, what's going on here? That these people are blacks like me. That they're even supposed to protect me and not do this to me. So they were just they didn't even send me. I was just there. So I started cleaning. I was just trying to do everything, like trying to distract myself and trying to do something that will make them happy. So I cleaned the entire house. I cleaned their toilet and everything. They did not even answer me. So they left. The people that came later, they left with their own vehicle. Other ones to the left. I was the only one. So I was now checking the kitchen whether there was a place I can use in escaping. So I just see there's no point escaping because all these people they have gone. I might think they are not around, but they are around. And the fact that they have CCTV in the
All
entire
around.
forest, I should just leave it. So I now say, okay, let me just see if they can even move me away from this place to another place where I can see people and scream. Oh. They came back. When they came back, it was already quite late. Then I started cursing those Nigerians that why you blacks they speak pidgin. Why will you be the ones doing this to me? I was cursing them and insulting them and they were beating me. They were kicking me. I was just like I'm pregnant though. They were kicking me and beating me. So they went one of them said this one is very stubborn. They should move me from that place to Sherika. They should go and deal with me in Sherika. So they moved me from that place. They got to Sherika. That Sherika was big. There were a lot of Nigerians there. People that speak Yoruba the way I speak, people that speak different languages, pidgin and all that one. So I was happy that I have seen my own sisters. They were hustling there. People were coming in and going out. People were coming in and going out. So the one that could speak the same language as me at first, I explained to her, I said, see what is going on. I didn't do anything wrong to these people. That I'm looking for two girls. That have they seen two girls? That they kidnapped those two girls. One is chubby, one is slim. I described the girls for them. She now said, yeah, she saw them the previous day. I said, please, where are they? I came for those girls. She said they've sold them. Sold her. She said they've sold them. That was where I got to know that that means these people are planning to sell me
So
too. I was very weak. Then they brought food for me. They said I should eat because of my pregnancy. I said I'm not eating. That I don't have appetite to eat. They started beating me again. They said I should eat by fire by force. So I had to eat with beating. Then they started calling the woman that wants to buy
by
me. I think that's the woman that bought those my other two friends. They were negotiating. All tried not even speak Arab but do like I understand what was going on. Then they called me. They said I should call. They gave me a phone that I should call my family. That my family should send 500,000 to them. Or I should call anybody in Libya that can send that kind of money. So I told myself that this is how they called me and asked me to bring money and they are holding me. What if I call somebody, they bring the other person and still hold the other person? That I don't want to be a part of that one. I told them that there's nobody to
call.
call. I don't have anybody to call. That's why they started beating me that I'm very stubborn and all that one. That I must call someone. That if I don't call someone, they are going to kill me today. I said I'm pregnant though. They said I should call the owner of the pregnancy. I said I don't even have his number. I don't have anybody to call. These people were beating me. They removed my clothes. These ones don't even care about whether your tattoo is anything. Libya, their fuel is not like our own fuel. Their own fuel is dirty, like it's not well refined. These people poured fuel on me, brought out cord, and were beating me. Like the cord was tearing me, and the fuel was now burning into my skin. I was
With
screaming.
pregnancy.
I was screaming. Like I was screaming, but there was no tears in my eye. They didn't mind though. They would pour fuel on me again and beat me that I must call. I said, will I even call now? Because I know if I call somebody from Libya, they will hold the person hostage again. If I call my mom does not even have money. It will just affect her health. There was nobody for me to call. I said I will not call. One of them with anger, that one just came, brought knife from his pocket, and this guy shook me in my tummy 6 times, cursing me that me I'm very stubborn. This guy was choking me. Say I'm pregnant. They did not even mind. Later, one of them brought whether it's Panadol extra, paracetamol extra, that I should drink it so that to stop the bleeding. Me, I did not know paracetamol used to stop bleeding. I did not answer them. So as at that point, they knew I was not going to call someone. So they started calling that woman that she should bring the money. So I think the woman, maybe she didn't have money at that time. I don't even know what happened. So they now took me from that sherika to another place where I would spend the night. It was already late, this day I'm saying. So when I got there, I saw some men there and I saw two girls there. So those two girls, they are hustlers. Not like they hold them. They only came to work and they will go back. So the girl saw me. Like I was smelling blood. I was shaking. More like I was going to shock. The girl was not like, what was going on? And I explained to her that this is what was happening to me. She now said I should sorry. That I should not argue with them. I should just call someone. That these people, they are heartless. So they will do and undo. I said I don't have anybody to call. So the girl now told me that these people, that this one I am spending the night here, that they will not let me be, oh, and that if they come that they want to assault me, that I should not just fight anyone. Me that was already weak. So I was there. One of them came. The hijab I was using to cover my hair, I had already removed it. I was using it to guide the place I was stabbed so that maybe it's not get infected. I don't even know what I was doing, but I was just trying to protect myself and my child. So one of them came that I should go and bathe. I said I'm not bathing. They said I should go and bathe by 5 by 4 so that they will not beat me. I had to go and bathe. I came back. I put on my jalamiya. I was just there. We're lying on the floor. That's why the guy said I should remove my clothes. I wants to sleep with me. I said no. I am pregnant. I am bleeding. I am sick. That's how these people tied me down. And the first one assaulted me. The second one assaulted me. And the third one assaulted me. At that point, I felt like everyone should just open because I am this kind of person. I will not say I have a strong willpower, but I don't like being broken. That's one thing. And I think that was the worst thing that's ever had to happen to me. The fact
With pregnancy.
it's pregnancy.
With being stabbed at the same time.
And with the fact that I was saying no and nobody, that was actually the most, for me, what was actually painful was the fact that I was saying no and nobody was listening. It's really, it's totally against, sorry, please.
It's okay.
So I was just there. I was emotionally, there was nothing going on with me. I was just weak. Like mentally, I was not in a good space again.
Three of them.
Three men. The following morning, I had my bath. At that point, the place was still paining me, but the place, blood had already clotted that place. I had my bath. Then another one came. Someone wants to sleep with me. That was when I went to their kitchen. I brought out knife. That I will stab you and I will stab myself at this point. And honestly, at that point, the only thing in my mind was I should just die. That was the only thing in my mind. That no, I just couldn't take it anymore. That I would just die. So others now shouted at him that he should leave me alone. That the person that wants to buy me is on our way. They said it in Arab to him. So they now took me from that place. They took me to the first Sherika the previous night. I met those people again, those Nigerians. So I now approached one of them and I pleaded with her that she look at me that I'm pregnant. That wherever it is they want to sell me to, they don't have good plans for me. I am certain. And with pregnancy, I might be forced to go through an abortion and all that, and I'm not sure I'll survive it. That she just tell me that this Sharika is big And people, I see people going out and coming, that if there's anything I can do for me to leave this place, that I only came here to help someone. Why is it now a crime to help? Me, I didn't know that the girl will go back to tell them what I told her, that I'm planning to escape. So the girl went back to tell them that this is what I told her, that's how they came. Beats me, then I started bleeding again. So when I was bleeding again, I was now very happy that okay, maybe at least because of this bleeding, I was hoping that they would take me to the hospital again. And I noticed that the only thing they were doing was they were calling the woman that the woman should come. So they were negotiating the price. I think the woman was saying maybe she does not have money or something. They agreed on 1,600 dinars. That was
To buy
to buy
human
me
being.
with pregnancy. That was about 260,000 then. So, and as I then, I was now going to shock. Like, I don't know whether it was the bleeding or something, but I wasn't feeling okay again. So I asked them to allow me step out. I went outside the sherika. It's fenced, but where was in a building, you can just go outside. I was going out, and when I was rolling, I noticed something that looked like dry bone, like human bone that is already dried. I was scared. That really made me scared. So I went inside again. I went into the bedroom, and I used my hand to break the mirror inside the bedroom, and I slit my hand. I still have the marks here years later. So the intention was that maybe when they see that I have slit my hand, they will rush me to the hospital.
Hospital.
These people, they don't even send me. They brought paracetamol extra or Panadol extra. I can't remember the exact one. I was like, this thing does not even work for bleeding, for God's sake. So they were calling the woman, they were calling her till around 10 p.m. The woman was not there, and I was not feeling good. Like, I was feeling dizzy, a lot was going on. They now allowed me to enter one of the room to go and lie down because I was not okay again. I was not fine. So I lay down there. I was now shaking. I was shaking a lot. They brought duvet. They used duvet to
Cover
cover
you.
me, but I was still shivering. So now I asked them to give me another duvet. They brought the second duvet. I was still shaking. At that point, I was not. It was just like I was about to give up. I now pray to God that God, I mean, I want to run away from this place. Like, I want to escape from this place. But if I will escape and they kill me, what's still the point? If you know I can escape from this place and nothing will happen to me, just show me a sign. And where they know, it wasn't even up to 5 minutes. It wasn't raining season. If you know North Africa now, it's not a place that rain falls often. Then rain started falling, like every rain. So these guys that were guiding me, those guys there, they were actually eating when this rain started. They now went outside. So they were happy, they were jubilating inside the rain outside. Then the rain stopped. Then I was like, if this rain is falling because of me, let it start again. The rain started falling again. So one of the duvet, and I put it on the bed, used the second one to cover it. So the room I was, they were charging lots of phones there. I just removed one, the smallest Nokia phone. I jumped through the window. That was how I started running until I got to the gate. I jumped the fence and I was running. I
Ah,
left there around past 10. I got to the main road around 12 a.m. inside rain. I got to the main road. I was very tired, so I was walking. Because of the rain and because it was midnight, vehicles were not moving. So I was just trekking. Then one ton drag past. The ton drag past. I was even breaking it down. It didn't stop. Then it now turned. It turned and it was like, what was going on? As at that time, I was looking so horrible. The rain, the blood, and everything. So now I explain in Arab. That would be the first time I would speak Arab. I explained to those people what happened. The next I should enter into their vehicle, that they will take me back to where I am coming from to go and confront those people, that they want to go and fight them. I was like, I'm not saying you should not fight, but just take me to safety first, because if you now take me there and you start fighting, maybe bullet, something happen, I now die. What is the point? So they now searched me. Then I mean, I didn't even know that the phone that I took was ringing since. So they searched me, they brought out the phone, then the phone was ringing again. They now picked. When they picked, the people I ran away from now told those Arabs that saw me that
ah,
they should return me, that I am their wife. I stole their money and run away. That was how I said, okay, let them search me if they see any money from me. So I removed my jalamia. The bleeding was just so obvious. I showed them my back. The scars from the cable wire
beating you.
was just so obvious. So those people now believe me that those other ones were lying. So I entered their vehicle. They now took me to one police station
You
in
were not
Tejura.
scared they could be the same set of
But that
people?
was the only. This is midnight. This thing I'm saying was middle of the night. There was no other alternative. So they now took me to the police station, that those police officers should look at me whether I escaped from there. So those officers now said nobody has escaped, but they can leave me with them so that they will deport me back to Nigeria. Because of my own previous experience, I said no,
Uh,
that leave me care. Those ones now say that no, they are not going to leave me, that they want to go and take care of me and all that one. So after we left the police station, those two people now say I should call my family, either in Nigeria or in Libya, that they should bring money for them before they release me. 1,000.
which people?
The people that rescued me now, the people that were driving and turned back,
Ah, ah.
they now say they should bring 1,000 dinar before they allow me to go. And I told them that there is no problem, that they allow me call the father of my child, that I will call that one. That one speaks Arab very well. So they spoke with him. That one says he's going to bring the money, but it was already late. That the following morning he's going to bring the money for them. So they agreed. But I don't even know what entered their mind. They now said they will let me go.
Go.
So they now drove me. They drove me to, we're now inside Tejura. There was this place there, they sell fruit. It's a fruit stand, but the owner of the store had closed. They now said I should sleep under the place, that the following day I can be going home.
Wow.
But the moment they left, it's now getting to around 2, 3 a.m. The moment they left, I just left that place. Even as at then, when they dropped me, those guys said I needed to give them blow job before they let me go. If not, they will not let me go. I had to do it, and they
The
left.
guys who
Those,
rescued you.
those guys that rescued me, one of them, the other one that was driving the vehicle had no issue. It was the person beside him that was. It was even the one that said let them take me to the police station. It was the one that said that the father of my child should bring that 1,000 dinars. It was the very wicked person. So when they left, I could not stay there because I was just like, what if this person come back?
Back.
So the moment they left, I just stood up from that place. I was just trekking until I got to this very big house. The gate was open. I just entered the place, and my head, I just sprayed it under their step and just slept there because I was feeling so dizzy till the following morning. The following morning, the first they collect those ones. They collected the phone I took from that place again from you.
They
They
collected
collected
it.
the phone, so I had no phone. They collected the phone from me. So the following morning, after the first Muslim prayer, this first early morning prayer, I woke up. I was trekking down the road. Everybody was just running away from me because I was looking like a mad
Madman.
woman. So it was one elderly man. He went to buy bread. He was coming back. I now approached him that I am not mad, that he should just listen to me. So I now explained to the man. So it was the man that now took me stop taxi for me. And I explained to the taxi that taxi should please carry me back home. So the taxi now carried me. I I described for him where I was going. He took me back there. And when I got home, everyone was just screaming that they've been praying and praying and praying. And I narrated everything to them. So the two friends that I actually set out to go and look for,
Yes.
it took us 1 month, 14 days before we were able to locate them and get them
How
out.
many days did you stay in that?
Everything it was 3 days, 2 nights. I spent 3 days, 2 nights in all this my ordeal.
So at the time you got home, these girls hasn't been home.
No, they were not home. It was only our neighbors that actually left, that we gathered the money together. They were the only ones I met. They were worried because they said they've been calling the number, they've been praying seriously and all that one. And they've been seriously praying that they've not slept. And I explained everything that happened. So they had to go and call a Nigerian nurse that came, looked after me, gave me meds and all that. So now after I recovered the list, we now started looking for the girls, making calls, reporting, making calls, looking for them until we didn't even see them. They were the one that now called us. So it was one of them that called us and explained where they are to us. Now gave us the number of the Nigerian woman. They sold that to a Nigerian woman. So the Nigerian woman that bought her. So after we now spoke to the Nigerian woman, back and forth, lot of negotiation and all that one, she insisted we bring money. And then it was around 800,000 then per head. That
Ah,
was what she wanted. So after a lot of back and forth, I think we now paid for the two of them. It was still yeah, so she paid around 8,000 dinars. We paid for the two of them before they now released them. So it took us over 1 month, 14 days before we saw them back. So when they came back, before they came back, I could not stay alone because of trauma and everything. So I had to move in with the father of my child. I had to stay there. I could not even go to work immediately because I was scared. I was scared of going out, scared of boarding taxi and all that. But after about 1 month, I had healed a little. Then I started going to work. I started going to work so I could start saving money to come back. As at that
you
point,
still remain there.
the thing is that there was no money. I still need money to come back. But one thing is that even when I was home, I was checking online whether I could see whether there was anything actively, whether there was NGO actively involved in human trafficking. There was one thing I did. I wrote down the list of all the NGOs I saw online, NGOs about the girl child and everyone. I wrote to everybody. I was just writing, writing, and writing and writing. I even wrote to NAPTIP. The NAPTIP was the closest to um, women trafficking I saw then online. I was writing, actively writing, just to come back home. I didn't even need any form of support. I just wanted to come back home, but there was no form of support. No form of support was coming. No reply was coming. So I had to go back to work. And I went back to work not for survival because I needed transport to come back home. That was the thing. And I needed transportation. So I worked till around 7 months. I think about 7 months, when I was 7 months pregnant, a fight happened close to where we were staying. It was I won't call it a war. It was just like a fight between two Arab factions like that. So because of that fight, I was terrified because the trauma of everything that's previously happened to me. So my BP shot up a little, so I could not keep working. So I had to stay at home for the remaining 2 months. So after 2 months later, that was July 2027, I had my son.
2027. Okay.
2017,
2017.
sorry, 2017, I had my son. So the minute I had my son, I was just like, okay, I'm done. Everything I have, I just want to go back home. So I went to the embassy to go and register. That time I now got to know that there is free flight in case anybody wants to come back home, but I should go and register. So in that same month I had my baby, I went to register for the free flight. But I did not get feedback in August. I didn't get feedback September, October, November. So towards November end, I just say whatever it is I have with me, I am taking it back home. So I saw flights that is going to Niger, that's Miami. So I booked the flight to Miami. I got to Miami and I came back to Nigeria by road. I got back to Nigeria November 30th, 2017. I got back to my mom's place December 1st, 2017. I had just 40,000 naira with me. That was what I brought back to Nigeria, but I was at peace. I was at peace. And when my mom first saw me, she was like,
That's over 2 years.
yeah, I
The
spent
ones,
years.
yes,
I
you went
spent
in March 2015
and
and
came
came
back
back in
December.
November,
My spe-
December.
yeah, December. I got to Nigeria November 30 stroke December
Bah,
1st.
yes.
I spent 30 months, 2 years, 6 months, 2 years and 6 months. That was what I spent in Libya. So when I got back, I first came back to Akwa Ibom State. My younger brother, he was schooling in Akwa Ibom, and I had a cousin there. Then I went to my mom because my mom was very worried about me. She was insisting that I come back. So I went to my mom's place. She saw me, she saw my son, she was so happy. But she knew something was wrong and she was asking, oh, is that same man, same man. But I would like tell her that this is what happened to me. Your daughter was and I'm our only daughter. Your daughter was stabbed, assaulted, and all that. I just told her I am fine. That it's just a lot is going on and I have a new child. I don't know I'm going to raise this child alone. And the father of the child was really angry that I was going to leave. He actually wanted me to stay so that he can raise the child there. But the fact that I say because I was not even in a good place
You,
mentally, so I
yes, you
needed
were
to leave.
traumatic, yes.
I needed to leave. So it was not happy. So responsibility of taking care of the child was now on me. It was a lot. It's 40,000 naira. So my mom said, okay, if it's the child that is actually bothering me, that I should drop the child with her while I sort myself out. I said, no, I can't drop the child because the only person I was living for them was actually the child. If I had dropped him, I might have harmed myself or done something silly. So I said I would take the child back to Akwa Ibom State with me. So I came back to Akwa Ibom State and then my cousin, I started squatting with him. Very nice. He allowed us to stay. I started looking for work and because I was having my boy was
Baby,
4 5 months then, nobody agreed to
employ
employ
you.
me and every day I was always crying. Like no one is hurting me or something, but I couldn't sleep. Anytime
The
I tried to
trauma.
close my eye, the memory keep playing in my head. So there were days I would just be angry at myself, be angry at my boy. And that my cousin's place we were staying, it was just one room. It was very hot apartment. So it was really inconvenient for my son.
For
So my
the
son was
boy.
always crying. My son was crying, I was crying, everybody was crying. A lot was going on. So one day my mom sent me money. She sent me 50,000 to my first bank account, but I had not my account was already dormant. So I needed to go to
To the bank.
to bank to
Reactivate it.
reactivate it. My son does not like you backing him.
Hmm.
It's this child that wants you to always carry him. So I was coming from the house. I was sorry. So I was coming from the house. I was carrying a bag. I was carrying him, and I was really frustrated. Then, like he was crying. I was on the road, and I was on the road. The weather was so hot. I was very tired. We were hungry. So I was going. I wanted to back him. He was crying, like really crying. So I carried him on my hand. I carried the other bag. And the distance I had to trek from the road to where I would get the bus was actually very far. It would take me about 30 minutes. So I was tired. I was just going. He was crying. I was crying. And I just heard somebody saying, Tessie, Tessie. I had forgotten. That was my baptismal name. And when I was in Akwa Ibom State, the people there where I was staying, they call me Tessie because I baptized in Akwa Ibom. So all of them were calling my baptismal name Teresa. But when I got to Libya, I actually changed it to Rukaya. So it's been long someone called me.
Let's say Rukai.
It's been long someone called me Tessie. As I didn't know the woman was
What's
talking to me.
possible?
I knew I was hearing Tessie, Tessie. I didn't even answer until she tapped me. And because of my past experience, I don't like people touching me. I always have this reflex when you touch
Hmm.
me. So the moment she tapped me, I was just what and that's so I said, mommy. I had this breath of relief because she's an elderly woman. I used to call her mommy when I was living in Akwa Ibom. She now said, Tessie, what's going on? I just said, please just hold him first. She now held Alex. She was now petting she was petting Alexander so that he would stop crying. She was like, what's going on? I said, I want to go to the bank and get money. She now said, when did I come back? I said, it's not even up to 1 week. And she now said, okay. She does not like how I am looking.
Looking.
Like, I should go and carry my bag from where I was staying. So I should come and stay with her so that she can look after Alexander for me
Wow.
while I sort out myself. I said, fine, thank you, mommy. She said she's going to work, that it will be in the evening, that they still live in that same compound I was living. I said, okay. So I went to bank. I filled all the forms I was supposed to fill. So I went back. I told my cousin that I'm going to our former house. It was not like, what am I going to meet? I think most of my neighbors are still there. And
There.
I'll say, okay. And I didn't have bags or clothes because when I was coming, I came in just one big bag. So it was a very big bag, but I filled it with only diaper and baby food. When I gave birth to my son, people in Libya they actually gifted me a lot of diapers, soaps, and food, baby food. So even the extra change I have with me, I used it to buy baby food and diapers because I knew that surviving in Nigeria might be hard. Let me just be ready to take care of my son. So he assisted me in carrying the stuff to that place. When I got there, most of the neighbors I knew, they were still the one there. Everybody was happy. So they say I should start staying with them. I started staying with them. And that mommy, her room was very small, one of the smallest. So she now moved to the floor. She would lay on the floor to sleep, while
Hmm.
she would ask Alexander and I to sleep on the
The
bed.
bed.
Our other neighbor, the husband, he drives keke. So before you go, you give the wife extra money for rice that they should cook two cups instead of one cup, something like that. They started eating. I felt better because there were people I could talk to, people
Hmm.
to assist me in bathing the son and all
Yes.
that one.
You
So
felt
I
loved.
felt loved. Then I started looking for work also. There was nothing coming up, so I gave up on it. There was this rich woman in that same street, so I told her that I'm very good at cleaning. I could help her in cleaning her house. It was a three-bedroom flat and wash their clothes. So she said I should come on Saturday, Sunday. So Saturday, Sundays I'll clean. She loved my work. There's no way you clean with the Arab family. You don't know how
You know how to
to
clean.
you
Yes.
so she actually loved my work. So Saturday, Sunday she'll give us food, me and my son food. She'll give us 500 naira. So basically on Saturday and Sunday, that was where I was eating and I was having extra 500. I didn't have house then. There was no house. There was no nothing. Then I started selling kunu. I knew how to make
The
kunu
canoe.
very well. So I'll sell kunu. And luckily for us, along that Ododoma, that was when they were constructing the road. So in the morning, early morning like this, I'll go and hawk. Within 1 hour, I was already done selling. Okay, so Kuno was giving me two times two profit. It was really, really helpful. And sometimes I started with about 1,000 before you know it grew to 2,000, 3,000. But it was still from that money I was feeding, and I was also meeting my son's need.
Neat.
So it wasn't really easy to save or to get things, but I kept doing it. And plus that cleaning job, that one was giving us steady Saturday and Sunday food. So after, there was one man on Facebook. He gave me money, 38,000. I told him I want to start. I want to um expand my business and start selling donuts too. So he gave me 38,000. From that 38,000, I was able to buy more millets, and I started frying donuts. So children that were going to school in the morning, their parents would stop by at my place. They'll buy donuts and buy kono for them, and we kept doing it. And my son was growing bit by bit, bit by bit. My son's first birthday, I weaned him off breast milk. I could not even buy cake. Like it's one of this is I still don't know I'm going to make it up to him, but we could barely hit, so I could not buy him cake for his first birthday. But so we just kept going and going. When my son clocked one year, I said I'll go and drop him at crèche, so I need to look for something to do to work, because even me, I was not good mentally. Like I was having bad dreams, and
Mm.
because I was breastfeeding. So if I was not breastfeeding, maybe I would have been drinking heavily or something to make me sleep. So when my son was 1 year plus, I took him to crèche. So it meant I was able to drop him at crèche. I started working at a pharmacy. I applied at the pharmacy and I was
Mm.
picked. So I work at the pharmacy. I would do donuts. I would do kono. So that was really, really helping, and it was sustaining. Then one day now, I went to NAPTIP office in 2018. As it was going to towards the end of 2018, NAPTIP office in Akwa Ibom State. I went there, I met them, and I just say, okay, I just want to share my experience with you people. I noticed that something like this happened to me, and there was no information out there. Assuming there was an information out there. Mhm. So I went to NAPTIP office and I explained to them. They asked me to meet the head of the enlightenment officer also. So I explained to him that okay, I was in Libya for 2.5 years. This is what happened, and I noticed that there are limited informations online, and a lot of people, because like when I was there, a lot of people um were victims. As a matter of fact, there was something I skipped. When I was about done with my payment, we went to a place called the garage. The garage now, I think the police have raided the place. That place they sell, and like it's more like a a lot of Nigerians have shops there. Um, they prostitute girls, they sell alcohol, they sell weed, they sell everything. We were there that day. We went to get something, and right in our present, they brought in a virgin. They wanted to sell the virgins to the woman. The virgin, they actually brought her to come and work, but she was young, she could not undo the work. Then the burglar that brought her to the garage to come and sell, and right there in the presence of people, they defiled that girl. Like in that room, they defiled that girl. And weird enough, people were seated there and nobody was like, what are you guys doing now? Why are you doing this to that girl? Like everybody was, even me, I was there. When I complained to the people that we went there together, I was like, what's going on? Normal thing in here. Like, so
In the presence of everyone.
people were there. That place is like, it's like a brothel. There's a joining sitting room where a lot of people sit, have their fun, and in that sitting room there are a lot of rooms. It's just like maybe a 4 bedroom
Okay,
apartment
yes.
that
So like you're there.
there. Yes, like we are seated in this sitting room, eating, drinking, and all that. Or there's a room where people are hustling. There's another room people are hustling. There's another room. That's how it works over there. So one of the room they defiled the girl. Later I got to know that they said there's a guy that is his own work. His own work is just to defile girls so that they can start
Ha.
work. And it was not sounding strange. Even when I later, when what happened there, when I took it home to go and share with them that see what I saw in the garage today. I was expecting this level of anger. That what kind of rubbish is that one? Everybody was just like talking about it like it's normal. So I told Naptips that something is really weird in that country, that maybe we can do some awareness campaign and talk to people and all that one. The DG then was very, very interested in it. He said that they do a lot of human trafficking campaign, but that was mainly centered around Nigeria, trafficking as it's happening in Nigeria. So I said they are luring our girls out there too, and there are no informations online. So I started following them to schools, churches to talk about human trafficking. Then I came online too, and I shared with my audience that um, for the past 2.5 years that I was in Libya, this is what happened to me. You know, one of the most difficult things for you to come out and say, ah, this is what happened to me as a girl child. There were lots of, Shebi na shower you go do there, you know, good for you. Shebi na you come out for country, the stigmatization, everything was real, but you know, they were not my target audience. Like basically they were not my so they were not enough to shut me up. I kept saying it over. I just know that one girl child will definitely listen and she will not make that same mistake I
You
made.
made.
So I kept speaking, I kept talking. They were just na go catch you. I wasn't kineko. I was not even distracted. Then one day, somebody just reached out to me on Facebook on my inbox. Hope, help me. I said, what's going on? So she said she dropped my number. I dropped my number for her. She now called me that her sister is on her way to my too, about to leave to Libya. That their mother just called her, and the moment the mother called, that she remembered that she has been reading my own story on Facebook, and she does not want the sister to go through that
What
same
she
thing.
went through.
I said, where is this? They said my too. I said, no problem. I now gave her somebody's number in Lagos. So she and that person, they went to Naptip. They did their thing. That's how they went to that place and raided the entire girl. They were able to save 6 girls from moving. So that thing really made me happy that wow. So I felt so happy, and that was how I started my work. So instead of I was now sharing my experience, but as I was now sharing, I was now listening to people, listening to feedback. So encouraging people to also share, and if they see something, they should say something. So from then, if anyone sees somebody going to live, I shared signs people should be on the lookout for in parks, in hospitals, and all that one. Because basically, for we that we are in the field, when we see somebody about to be trafficked, we know them from the way they dress, from the way they speak, from their action.
What are the things you see?
For us, they travel light, very very light. Just one bag is enough. Two, they don't speak to people. They're always isolated. When they're in the park, they're isolated with a very small phone. You cannot engage them in a conversation. Another thing, they are constantly on calls. They are constantly on calls. If you work in the hospital or laboratory settings, you'll be on the lookout for people that come to do HIV, hepatitis B and C, and pregnancy test. It's a big red flag. So those are the things. When you just
If you work in the hospital or a
or a
lab,
lab, if you work in hospital or in a lab, you see a young girl come do HIV, hepatitis B and C, and pregnancy test. Chances that they are going to an Arab country is very,
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 very
very high.
high.
When you're at the park, you see a young girl traveling very light. Traveling very light. Basically just a backpack and handbag. The way I travel, it's a big red flag. A very small phone and constantly on call, well isolated. You see them always isolated. When you're trying to engage them, they don't speak, they don't talk to you, but they're constantly on call speaking to somebody with a small phone. It is also another red
Red
flag.
flag.
So those are the signs we watch out for. So I started talking to people. Some people, they'll see girls in the park, they'll cancel them. People in the lab. There was even one that even a banker said he just called me that somebody came or she wants to close down her account. That when he was not engaging, that why are you trying to close down your account? I said she's going to Libya. That when she come back, she will. So the man now engaged. He left his banking work. I was talking to the girl and all that one. Was able to convince the girl, and that was it. Then one day, a pastor reached out to me and said one of his church members needs help. He's in Libya. They sold the girl in Saba, and that the girl traveled to Libya through him. That one of their old members that went abroad called him that she needs worker, that she has a very big company
Ew.
in abroad, that and God has really blessed her. So she now wants workers from Nigeria to help her to monitor the
A
gold.
good business.
So the pastor was very happy that this is an
Oh.
opportunity for his church members. So what he now took a girl and say he has somebody for her. The pastor did not know that the person was in Libya and was looking for someone to lure. And unfortunately, they sold the girl in Sabah. They sold the girl in Sabah. As I then said, I didn't even know how the pastor got my number. I think maybe when he was complaining around and so on. So when he reached out to me, I said, as I then, I had not done any work actively. I was just still, I had not done any work actively. I said, okay, I know people in Sabah. Give me this woman's number. Give me a picture. Let me talk to people in Sabah. So I sent the picture to somebody in Sabah and the number. Unfortunately for me, the person I sent the picture to and the number, they know the woman's connection house in Sabah. They know where she operates. They say she has a lot of girls, up to 10 girls that are really hustling for her. She even has a Nigerian nurse that is in charge of removing pregnancy for girls and all that one. So, and I said, what we do? They say we should not worry. That I should leave it for them to handle.
Handle.
And I say, okay. So what they now did was that they went to the man. The woman knows them, so they always go there. They always go to the connection house. So the particular girl that the pastor was looking for, so they went. They carried the girl for daybreak. Daybreak is they take her home and to spend the night with them and all that one. So when they carried the girl for daybreak, they asked me to just send taxi to come and pick the girl. So I sent a taxi to pick the girl from there, and from that we moved the girl.
She was willing to come home
She
too.
was really the girl was trapped. And one thing about them is that when they are holding girl hostage, the place is always locked. They have some of them are so strong that they have Arabs that are working as security people there with guns. You cannot leave their connection house. Even when you are going for daybreak, if you go with exit, some will still assign someone with you to go with you for the daybreak so that you don't escape. The thing is that most of them are willing to leave that place, but because of language barrier, they can't speak the language. They are not allowed to step out. There's no way for them to leave. So they are going to hustle in that place. If they have to pay for 1 year or something, they are going to be in that building for that 1 year until they are done paying. They don't go to market, they don't go to anywhere, they don't do anything. Even the clothes, they always bring clothes there for them to buy, to pick from.
Ha.
So it's actually a very terrible place to be. So when I was able to send Texas to go and pick that girl, I was very happy. Like I don't just know. The thing was just making me so happy. And that was how I started the work fully. And weird enough, I think because I was able to get results in the first place, results in the second place, then more people started coming up. Before you know, just get a message. Oh, is that Hope? See this so. Or is that I've been looking for my sister for 2 years. Or is that I've been doing this. Then it now occurred to me that this thing is actually big. People are not just speaking. So messages started. There were days I receive up to 8 messages a day, missing persons. So I now wrote to the embassy then that okay, something like this is actually going on. There has to be a way to stop it. Embassy, they were not really interested. I didn't even get the reply. So I now reached out to relationships I built when I was in Libya. The first one was I don't know if you remember that woman, the woman I cleaned for their family.
Yes.
Yes, the woman she was the first person I reached out to and explained to her that okay, things like this are happening. I also reached out to some Nigerians I lived with that I know that okay, they were not into trafficking, their hands were clean. I explained to them, said we built a small team. So we built a small team. So whenever there are information, someone is looking for their relatives. So I'll talk to those people. Then we'll deliberate on it. We'll develop a lot of strategies because we didn't have enough manpower and money, and there was no technical know-how. It was just basic common sense and all that one. For every girl we try to rescue, we always develop a lot of strategies. If there are ones that we know that okay, this one is way above our par. There are some traffickers that they are very heartless, like they are very very wicked. There's nothing you do, nothing you say, and they are very smart. If you are planning them like this, they already know you are coming this way, they will block it. So there were times I have to come back to social media to post their contacts, post their numbers. That's always the last resort. So they get scared. Some of them, or not all of them, when we post their numbers, post their contacts, some will come back with threats. I will kill you, I will do this, I will do that one, I'll burn your father's house, this and that. But some of them they will release the girls. There were a few that will release the girls, but the ones that are actually very stubborn, if we know their family's house in Nigeria or something, we go to report to the police or go to the NAPTIP office that is covering that zone. NAPTIP has always been very, very active when it comes to cases I bring to their table. Sometimes they, if, as long as you can provide adequate information for them, they they swing into action. They, if if an arrest needs to be made, an arrest should be made. Sometimes it's the police that actually go. Police have really been helpful in each zones that we've tried to work. They arrest people, refer them to NAPTIP when it's necessary. And in Libya too, Libyan police too, if you have good connections and you can speak their language, they're also helpful, especially if you have evidence. If you're able to submit a lot of evidence to the Nigerian, to the Libyan police that this particular house, they are exploiting girls, they will go there and raid. But one of the reasons why that discourages us is that Libyan police, they only know go, they don't know come. When they come and they pack everybody, they pack the perpetrators and the victims, they pack all of them together and lock
Ah.
all of them in prison. You know, they're supposed to rescue the victims and let them
Ah.
go. No, they will pack all of them. Everybody's going to prison. So it's
Ah.
always discouraging to reach out to those people. It is always discouraging. And but basically, from what I do always tell people is that our work, we are only able to assist 0.1%.
Hmm.
That is the sad fact. We're only able to assist 0.1%. Sometimes it becomes too late before we could get to the person, and sometimes we don't get good support. We don't get the necessary support to actually. I am just a person. Every other person doing this thing, they are just human. For example, now last 2 years, 2024, a set of people were arrested in Libya. About 5 people. They are still in prison till date in Libya. What did they do? They were working with the Nigerian secretariat in Libya. They rescue girls from traffickers. They keep them in a place until they can deport them back home. The Libyan army went there, arrested everybody, both the victims and the people trying to help the victims, and everybody. They moved all of them to prison. For this particular one, the Nigerian embassy is supposed to go out there to bail these people out, but the Nigerian embassy has not gone. Nobody has gone
Till now.
till now. They've spent more than 1 year, and these people, the only thing they did was trying to help others. So things like this now discourages others from coming
Hmm.
to help. They'll tell you that if they help, because these traffickers too, they have leg, they have money. That's the truth. If they know you keep coming after them, they will use their money
Their
and their power to
power,
just make sure.
connection.
Yeah. So the people that are supposed to support us, they are not supporting us. They are not. It makes it very, very difficult. It now makes the war extremely difficult. For example, now there's one camp called Oshofana camp in Libya. Now Oshofana camp, it was raided once. That should be 2024 or 2023. When the campaign for this place started, somebody at the embassy told me that this place cannot be raided, that nobody can go to this place. It does not even make sense. Like, this place is a big camp. Traffickers are there. More than 20 traffickers has camp here with girls. Like, in Oshofana, they use fork to remove pregnancy from a woman's body.
Yeah.
There's a way they do fork, and they use to remove pregnancy from a woman's body. They use cigarettes to burn a girl's body. Like, girls are dying there without being buried. And you, someone with power, someone that Nigerian government has given the power to operate in a foreign country, you are saying nobody can go there to rescue these girls. Then who will now go there? We were writing petitions, screaming, shout. On Facebook, people were mocking me then. People were mocking me when I was writing, campaigning, using hashtags. People in Libya was just like, oh, Isa, no, dey stress yourself. This will not happen. But the place was raided July 18th, a day to my son's birthday. July 18th, 2023, it was raided. Girls were freed. Everybody were now shouting, screaming, screaming. You know how that place was raided? You would think that the Nigerian government would make sure a place like that will not start operation again. But Oshofana has started operation again as we are speaking. Those set of people, when the Libyan government raided the place, they packed the victims, they packed the perpetrators. One would expect that the government will look for a way for the perpetrators to come back to Nigeria and let them go to prison. But they left them there, and that place has started operation as we speak. Girls are dying. Okay, there's a story of a lady I want to mention from that Oshofana. That day I was just online. Then one of the women I work with there sent me a picture of the girl. She was dumped on the road. Like, a young Nigerian girl was by the roadside with a bag beside her. Then people saw her, people passing saw her, and now snapped that picture and sent it to that lady. She forwarded it to me. What was
To
going
which lady?
One of the ladies I work with in
Okay,
Libya.
okay, okay,
She
okay.
forwarded it to me that I should see the picture of this girl on the roadside. I said, what are we going to do? Say, they need to take the girl to the hospital. So she swung to action. We got an ambulance. They took this girl to hospital. And when we got to the hospital, they said, after examining her at the hospital, they said they aborted her. They aborted a baby from her, but the abortion was incomplete. And if you know Libyan hospitals, they frown against abortion. It's an Arab country. So we now asked the girl what was going on. She now said she was pregnant. That the pregnancy has even progressed to 7 months. That she does not know why they removed it. So when they now removed the pregnancy, it was not successful. That was why they now went to dump her by the road where we saw her from. So the hospital said we should bring 3,000 dinars emergency deposits. That's about 600K now. We didn't have enough. So what we had, we deposited. Then that my lady there, she now dropped her passport. That when we complete the money, she will get the passport. So they tried their best to take care of her. Then she started walking bit by bit. She started recovering. They discharged us. All of a sudden, she relapsed, and that was how she died. I just got a call that she died. Another person also that her story really struck me in that same Oshofana. She too, she was already having TB, like she was already coughing out blood before they called me. And when they called us, I asked what was going on. This girl, she was smoking heavily. Like she said that in that place, they make sure they smoke a lot so that they can walk and walk and walk and walk and walk. Unfortunately, it led to lung issues and all that one, and she died. Another person, Aisha, may also rest in peace. That one, there was a time, there was a fight that happened between two factions in that Libya. So the fight led to the release of some girls in one of the prison, the exact prison that I was. So they fought in that prison. They People escaped. A lot of girls escaped. And one of the girls that escaped was Aisha too. Aisha came. If you see the way she was looking, bones everywhere, skinny and all that one. Her hair, like when they barbed her hair was bringing out water. Like it wasn't. I won't even call it sweat though. Like your hair should be bringing out something like fire. Like you are seeing that smoke coming out from this girl's head. If you close your eye too much, if you are sitting here and you are not monitoring Aisha, before you know, Aisha will go into the toilet. She will go and poo, and she'll be using her hand to be eating the poo. So they have to be monitoring her two
I
four
don't
seven.
understand.
Like, exactly. Like if you just close your eye too much, she'll just stand up from where she is. Before you see her, Aisha is in the toilet eating the poo. When I was first told, I was arguing that it's not possible until they sent me the video. I was just screaming. They sent me the video of her eating. I said, what?
Why?
We don't even know. Maybe mentally, maybe something was already wrong with her mentally. We do not even know. So after about 3 weeks, and the painful part about this Aisha issue, when we're able to see her burger, that's the person that trafficked that to Libya. We informed the embassy. Embassy, hold this person responsible. Let him return Aisha back to Nigeria. When she gets to Nigeria, she will receive proper care. Embassy said no problem, we should bring the girl. So that my lady now took the girl to the embassy. Do you know what the embassy did? They handed over Aisha to the burger. Like, how do you take somebody and a sick person hand her over back to the trafficker? Let's assume you cannot even take the trafficker to jail. Are you supposed to return the girl back to the trafficker? Well, to cut the long story short, it did not even reach 4 days that Aisha left us, that Aisha died. They just called us that Aisha is dead. I was like, no, even Aisha, yeah, she was sick. She had a lot of things going on, but she was healthy. Why will you hand over this girl back to the trafficker? This does not make sense. Then a lot of I've lost count of the number of 13-year-old, 14-year-old that we have intervened for. That is, honestly, you can see me do a lot of things, but I can never blame any victim of human trafficking until you sit with these people and listen to their story. Last year, I did a lot of field work. I was in Mali, I was in Ghana, I was in Togo, I was in Burkina Faso, I was in Niger. I did a lot of field work. Two girls that we brought back from Niger, one is 13, one is 14. The one of 14-year-old self is not even up to 2 weeks. She lost her pregnancy. So this 14-year-old, when I was like, what's going on with you? Before I was told about her case before I left Nigeria to go and look for her. Her mom is late. her parents are late. So she started living with her aunt and the uncle when she was 7 year old or something. Then the uncle started sexually assaulting her, constantly raping her from that age. Then along the line, when she started seeing her period and all that, when she got pregnant and she had a child. So the aunt took the child, the aunt was taking care of the child and all that one. Then unfortunately, she had got pregnant again. So when she got pregnant again, they now took her to a church to go and pray that something is wrong somewhere. So it was from the church they now saw a vision that this girl is a witch, that they sent her to come and destroy the auntie's family, that they need to send her away. So that was why they sent her to Libya, because she is a witch. Like, nobody is even addressing the fact that the uncle is sexually assaulting this girl. So unfortunately, where they sent her to in Libya was the wrong hand, constantly assaulting her again until she got pregnant. After aborting the last one she had in Nigeria. And not only was she pregnant, she had hepatitis B also. The second one, the 13-year-old, it was the teacher that told the mom that there's a scholarship, that somebody has scholarship for her before they sent her to Libya. So how do I blame it? How do we blame a 13-year-old? How do we blame a 14-year-old? Two of them are back in Nigeria now. But the trauma is something that is going to forever live with them, because even me, I've been back for how many years now? The trauma is still something constantly. If I go through a little stress now, just a little stress, I will definitely dream about Libya. And I am older than them. So how are we going to now blame these people? I was in Ghana last year November. Unfortunately, I was able to meet two ladies. One is at home. I left one before I came here. She's training to be a chef now. The second one, unfortunately, she died. When they told me about her, she was already sick. Like, I knew it was a big risk I was taking. I saw her test result and it was 50-50. I was the one that asked them to take her to the hospital in Ghana. They took her to the hospital in Ghana. When I got to Ghana, I went to the hospital. I saw the nurses. We talked. They gave us a bill. The bill was a lot. 8,900, 8,900 cedis. Over 1 million naira, a lot. For about how many days? So when I left Ghana, I went for another field work in Niger Republic. By the time I got back to Nigeria, I was called that they wanted to kick her out from the hospital because of accumulated bills. I said, fine, let them bring her back to Nigeria. When they took this girl to park in Nigeria, the park we wanted to use, the park rejected her. That she is too sick, she cannot sit alone. We had to pay another person to hold her hand and bring her to Lagos. When they got to Lagos too, all the parks in Lagos, different parks that I asked people to take her to, all the parks said no, she was too sick. We had to book a Sienna and pay for the entire back seat and still pay another person. That one collected us 150,000 extra to bring her from Lagos to my place. That's to show you how sick she was. When she got to my place, we rushed down to teaching hospital. Teaching hospital, they were on strike. This ongoing strike. Limited health care. So they admitted her. They kept us in the isolation ward. That was where we were in the isolation room. That was where they kept her and myself. And I have no contact of her relatives. I was asking her, I need contact of your family. She was not responsive. The phone number she gave us was not going through. So they started treatment. Blood, test, and because the hospital was on strike, Joheso was on strike, we could not do tests. So we basically have to pay people from other labs, private labs, to come and withdraw a sample to do tests for her. That's extra money. We have to get blood from outside, because the hospital, teaching hospital, they were not even agreeing to bleed, because I am a donor. I donate for all my girls very well. If there's a need, they say they will not bleed because there's nobody to screen the blood. So we have to go and be looking for blood everywhere. There was a day they needed to do urine lamp test or something. Like, she peed in container and I was storing the whole Uyo looking for where to do the test. It was even raining that day. They said the test they are not doing in no reagent, that she need to go back to a government hospital. And government hospital said they are not doing. So she became stable. She was now getting better and all that one. So I now sat with that one day. I say, babe, tell me about your people. Like, look, tell me how I can look for them. She was now saying that no, she does not want. She calls me mommy until she died. She said she does not want that. She just be taking care of her. I said, yeah, I am not complaining. I am here with you 24/7. I am not complaining, but I just need to talk to them. Let them know that their daughter is sick. They deserve to know. She now explained to me that, do I know that she was once trafficked to Mali? She was once trafficked to Mali. She had a child there before she came back to Nigeria. I said, where is your child? She said the child is with the parent. I said, no problem. Tell me how to look for your parent. She now gave me an address. She gave me an address and I looked for people to go and track the address for me. Unfortunately, the address was right. I was very happy. The day I spoke to the father, I noticed that I suspected why the girl didn't want me to talk to them. The father was actually more interested in what was wrong with the girl. So I asked the girl, do you want me to tell your dad your diagnosis? She said no, she does not want. So I told the father, I cannot say anything that they, like, medically I am not entitled to share any diagnosis with you. So he was now angry that Kiniko Kiniko, he has the right. He mentioned something that if he does not know the diagnosis, he does not want to enter into something blindly. I said, what do you mean by want to enter into? I said, this is your daughter, for God's sake. If I don't know her, but I have entered blindly already, what do you mean by you don't want to enter some into this thing blindly? So he apologized. Then the daughter now said I should tell him what was wrong with her. So I explained to the father, okay, this is what was wrong, and this is what the doctors are saying. This is the plans. This is everything we've been doing. Then I had taken care of the girl for 11 days and nights. I was with her for 11 days and nights. So the following day, the father said the siblings will come. And the siblings were actually based in Akwa Ibom State, there where I was. Three of them. I was very happy because I school now. So combining motherhood, my education, my business with taking care of her was a lot already. Then when the siblings came, the three of them, they came, they did not even carry any bag. You know, somebody that is coming to stay with, they're supposed to have at least, even if it's a bag now, even the boat they booked, they asked the boat driver to wait for them. And I was like, what's going on? Are you guys not going to stay with her? They said, no, they only came to check up on her. I said, "Eh, who will now take care of her?" They said they thought I would be taking care of her. I said, no, now. I have done my own part. My own part was to bring her home successfully and look for her relatives, which I have done. So the father was not like, I should just please that, okay, that the sister and the brother will be rotating. I said, no problem. So I went home. I showed them all our medications and all that one. Then the following day, the girl now called me with one of the nurses' food that she is hungry. I said, why will you be hungry? What of your siblings? She said they did not give her food. So I said, okay. So I cooked and took it there. Then the third day, after they started caring for her, from school, I just stopped by from school. Let me check up on her. The room, because she was actually soiling on herself. She pulled on herself and pee on herself. So I was the one changing the diaper. I always change the diaper, wash her clothes, mop the entire place. So I noticed that her diaper was over full. Like the poo was already showing, the pee everywhere. I was very angry. Even the mattress. You know, when your diaper is already over full, the pee is going to drain all over the place. I was very angry that why is nobody caring for this girl? So I changed that up. Then I now made it a point of duty for me to be going there every day to go and check up on her and clean the entire place. Then she started relapsing. The girl that was already sitting on her own was already talking, making jokes with me. She started relapsing. Then I will ask, are you sure you're giving this girl her medication? The brother will say, yes, he's giving her. Then on 20 December 21st, I was having serious menstrual cramps. So I was lying down out of stress. Then the father was calling me. That he has been calling the son. The son is not picking. That has been calling the son that was supposed to be there
Be
with me
with
there.
him,
So
with
me,
her.
I was not calling the son back to back, calling. He was not picking my call. I was like, what's going on? The man was calling me. I said, sir, I need to rest a little. I don't always have cramps, but I am having cramps. I think something is wrong. I just want to rest. But the man was calling me over and over again. Then the doctor called me. So when the doctor called me, I was like, where are you? I said, I'm at home resting. I said, are you in a right frame of mind? The minute the doctor asked me, are you in a right frame of mind? I knew something was wrong. I said, just talk to me. What's going on? She now said the lady has passed. But I just left the house, rushed down to the hospital. She was there, her eye was open. I closed the eye. They pronounced that dead. I called the father. I didn't want to tell the father at first. So I was calling the brother whether I can explain to him and he will tell the father, but was not picking call. So that was when I suspected that I think the girl died and the guy just left the hospital and stopped picking her calls. So that night I now called the father that this girl is gone. That how do we proceed from here? The man ended the call. And the wife now called me. That's the mother of the girl. That I shouldn't have told the man the girl is dead now. Do I not know that the man is hypertensive? I said, Ma, sorry, oh, I don't even want to insult you, but you're not even acting like a mother. Like I've we located you guys about 10 days ago. For the past 10 days, you and your husband you cannot even come to this hospital to see what is wrong with your girl child. 10 days. Okay, after 10 days now she is dead. You are telling me why did I tell you that she is dead? Do I not know your? I was very angry with her. Then she said, and I said, okay, what is the next thing we are going to do? That the hospital has given us our bill. We need to clear the bill. Should I keep her in the mortuary until you people are going to come down here? She said, bury her now, mortuary care. I was like, wow, 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 no problem. I didn't just answer. I mean, I should bury her now, mortuary care. So you don't even want to see your daughter for the last time.
A mother.
A mother. I just ignored her. I ended the call. I went. I sat at the hospital. I was crying. It was that day the people at the hospital now got to know that she was not even my sister. All of them, even the security people, they assumed that she was my sister. So it was that I now explained to them that this is what's going on, oh, and the relatives are they don't want to come and carry the corpse.
What were her diagnoses?
It's not, like I say, it's not in my position to
Okay.
share. So the nurses were now like, she stopped crying, I should go home and sleep. The following day, she'll come. So the following day, I went there. She was still there. Nobody came. The relatives did not. The siblings that are in Akwa Ibom still did not come. So the nurses said the money is they gave us our bill. It was a lot. I told them that okay, they should give me time to go and look for the money. The nurses said no, I should not even stress myself. That why should I be the one to look for the money? That's I've done my own part. They actually thought she was my relative. That nobody can do that. They've seen the way I go on and about for this girl. That I should give them the number, the parents' phone number. So I wrote down the parents' phone number, the siblings' phone number for the nurses. The nurses said I should go, that they will move her to the mortuary, that whenever the relatives are ready, they should come and carry the corpse. So I called the father more than 20 times. He did not pick my call. I called the mother. The mother will be bouncing my call. So I now went to the police station. I went to the police station to make a report that, okay, this is what's going on. That I would have loved to bury the girl, but I need to make an official report. So the police, they entered my complaint. They went to the hospital. They saw the diagnosis themselves. I showed them picture because for some weird reasons, I'm one person that I don't like documenting pictures of this person. But the second lady I brought back from Ghana, when she saw this girl's medical condition, she was worried. So she said that I should make video of every step. So I was making video. So she said in case anything happened, that the way she's looking at the girl, that it's a big risk. So from when they took her from Ghana, they were sharing videos and pictures and all that with me. Even I was taking care of her, they were sharing pictures and all that with me. So I now showed the police officers everything. So they now collected the phone number of the relatives from me. So I spoke to some elders in Akwa Ibom about the case too. That okay, they actually want to bury the girl, that because the girl she shared her story with me, and it's a story of pain, a story of agony and all everything. She went through a lot. So the list is at least let her rest.
At
Let
least,
her
yeah.
rest. But the elder said no, I should not bury her. That the relatives that I might bury her now, they will start making trouble. That I should just that God has seen I've done my own part. That the government, that maybe if she stay at the mortuary for a long period of time, the government might bury her. That if the relative gets to know that I bury this girl now, the following day they'll start making a lot of trouble and start making a lot of demands. So I said okay. So I just submitted everything at the police station and that was it. Till now, this girl died I think December 21, 22. Till now, they've not called me to ask that, hello, where is our daughter? Have you buried her?
Ha.
Have you not buried her? So that story actually showed me something. Some of these girls, what they are running away from at home is actually worse than what they are
This,
going to see.
so that's why some
That's
of
the
them
thing.
would
That's why.
stay.
That is it. There are lots of girls, especially that Mali. They were a lot. I mean a lot. If you take a full coastal bus to Mali to bring girls back, it's not enough. But the main challenge most of them are facing, that where are they going back to? Something actually chased these people from home. Let's leave out of ignorance. People say she na she comot, na she know the hear what, she know the hear what. But if you sit down like I do and listen to these people, you will know that what there is something chasing them from home. When I bring girls back, they stay with me. They come and stay with me until they're able to get themselves, learn a trade and all that one. Why is it that they don't want to go back home?
Home. Thank you for this information. What is the role of government in all of this? How have they been helpful? You as an individual, I know there is just little you can do, but how far have you come with the help of the government? What have you been able to achieve so far?
As an individual, I would tell you that I've only been able to do 0.0001%, like almost insignificant.
Hmm.
My only joy has always been that yes, I can help one other person, but the government has the entire capacity to do a lot. Yes, the government say they are doing awareness, but are they? It's one thing to do awareness in a way they understand. It's another thing to do awareness in a way these girls understand.
Understand.
You see these traffickers, their PR game is late. Their PR game is 100% late. If they want to start luring girls, they come out in mass. Like you saw of them, they just come to one social media platform, start promoting that country back to back, back to back. Like they make it so enticing and they spend a lot. They don't mind. These people, they push money to streets, to bros in the, like they send money. They can give one person 50,000 per street. You give me, just give me, like give me one get 50K, give me two get 50. They spend money, they are not afraid to spend. Is the government matching that energy? Even me, as someone that is in this field, there are limited informations. The informations are not enough. They are not enough. NAPTIP is, you see NAPTIP, I always give them kudos. They are trying. I see that they are trying. And I work with them a lot. Whenever I go for outside work, whenever I go for field work in other countries, when I come back, I pass all the every information I have, I pass it to NAPTIP. Because I know there's nothing I can really do with this information. And they use it. I see that they use it. But it's not enough. Like I wish you can see the energy these people are using. Let me tell you how they lure people to Mali. They will tell you that there is a gold mining company there. Now come to Mali, come and mine gold. They will show you gold, people mining gold. Is when you get there, they will let you know that gold not there anywhere. Or they tell you that, oh, you want to travel abroad, but with a Nigerian passport, you cannot go to this country. But if you come to Mali, get Mali passport, they don't stamp am, you don't go anywhere. Some people are tripping there. The NIS, Nigerian Immigration Service, how many information have they put out there that this thing is false? That you cannot go to another country and get their passport easily and move to another country. NOA, how many times has NOA released a skit in different languages to let people know that nobody is asking you to come and mine gold in this particular country? They are not, they are, you cannot, I wish you know how these traffickers operate. Like some of them have a WhatsApp group where they plan that okay, today we are going to TikTok. This is what all of you should post. This is the clothes you should wear. This is what you should display. And you know this flashy something. There's a way
Yes,
algorithm
yes.
push it. Before you know, the reels are everywhere. The reels are everywhere. People are seeing it.
So social media is also helping them.
Social media is actually the major way. Honestly, social media is the major way. Even with the way I still campaign every day that I don't go to these countries, people still come to my inbox and say, "Auntie, I want to go to this country. Do you have connection?" Social media is actually the major way. It is. The government needs to increase the awareness rate. They really need to increase the awareness rate, and they need to go after traffickers. Like they need to go after them. Most of these people, they know that if they do this thing, especially in a country that is not Nigeria, they know that they can easily bail them out. For example, if they arrest them in Libya and put them in Libya jail, if you go there with about 1 million naira, they free them. So if they know that yes, whenever they arrest them in these foreign countries, they can bring them back to Nigeria and they will stand trial in Nigeria, they will stop it. But they're always coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. It's not enough. Individuals can actually not do anything. I have been doing this for like 5 years, and I can tell you, if I have this support, if I have the right support, I know how far we can go.
Okay. So what are the kind of support that you need and from who?
First, we need government support. That is actually the major thing. We need government support. I go to field work a lot. I love going to field work. Mali, the last field work I went for in Mali. After doing one or two things, doing my lot of things, I went to to the embassy just to just to say hi, hi. I am in your country, just to talk to them and all that. If you see the way they were hostile at first, they were very hostile. The people there, the way the reception was poor, was bad, and all that one. But when a call came from Nigeria, from someone in high place in Nigeria, they were the one now begging me to take picture, begging, offering me seats. Have you seen the difference?
Hmm.
So to do this work, you need government support. Another field work that we go to, sometimes we encounter lots of dangers on the road, especially whenever I'm going to North African countries. We encounter a lot of hostility from the I don't blame them, it's because of the past experience they've had. But if they know that okay, yes, this person is doing this thing and the government of this particular country is behind this person, I can gain access to a lot of information and get a lot of help. For example, when I was going to Togo, a young Nigerian girl was held. Although I really appreciate the Togolese government for what they did. The girl was very young. She looked 14 and all that one. They suspected she was being trafficked. So they were just holding her there. Before our own vehicle came. When our own vehicle came, I saw the girl, I approached her. She said they were stopping her there. So I spoke to the Togolese government that okay, this is me. I actually showed them my ID card. This is what I do and all that one. Can you release this girl to us? Let's take her to the embassy. They refused. And the girl being there, she is at risk of being re-trafficked because the person that might come to bail her from there might actually traffic her. So first, support from government is one. And second, one of the greatest things we are working towards is getting our own skill acquisition centers. That is one of the things I am working towards. It prevents people from going, and people that are coming, it helps with their rehabilitation. One of the things we do, we've been able to train tailors, chefs. Basically, those are the things we have capacity from. So we need people that, okay, yes, they have established, maybe, for example, now, one of my ladies that is learning to be a chef, somebody gave her the scholarship in her own chef in a culinary school. So we need people like that. If you are a tailor and you can empower a girl child, it's beautiful. We have lots of girls we can refer to you. If you are a chef, you can empower a girl child. We have lots of girls. So by accepting these girls, you are assisting them, helping them to recover from their trauma. You are empowering them and allowing them to also inspire other ladies. And these are things we cannot do ourselves. For example, now I have to feed children. I have to pay children's school fees. I have to feed my girls. I have to feed myself. It is a lot. This is February now. All things being equal, I'm supposed to go for my first field work next month. But looking at it, the cost of going for field work, bringing somebody back, feeding them, rehabilitating them. Last 2 years, we had people we took to rehabilitation center because they were addicted to substances. At home, they were breaking things, breaking TV, threatening to break someone with bottle, threatening to harm themselves. So we have to take them to rehabilitation center. This is a lot of money. And these people, when they come back, we cannot push them to the streets immediately like that.
Okay. So you as a person, how have you been able to get funds to do all these things you're doing?
Okay, I run a business now.
Okay.
And let me even tell you something funny about my business. That same woman in prison that I say her sister is a doctor, Dr. Nora. She's a naturopath. She deals with herbs and spices. So when I was working with the family, I learnt about how to mix herbs and spices for cooking and all that one. That was where I learnt it from. So that's the business I am doing now. I sell herbs and spices for cooking, drinking as tea. And I also train people. That is how I raise money from. So I train women on how to use herbs and spices to cook their meals to enhance their health. So returns we get from training those women is what I use for my field work, is what I use to feed the girls. We just got another accommodation, a four-bedroom flat in December, because the current place we stay is now small, and most of us are sleeping on the floor. But we just, from the last class I held last year and the sales I did, I was able to get a four-bedroom, which we are moving into now. So the herbs and spice business has been really helpful, and training a lot of women on how to cook with natural herbs and spices. I charge 5,000 to 10,000 naira. Bring Sometimes I train up to 500 women at once. Sometimes I train up to 200 women at once, 150. So that's what I have been using as return to um focus on my own work and go for field work.
All right, Miss Oriza. Now, these people, my family member is stranded in Libya, they're stranded in Mali, they are here, they are there, we need help, we do this, we don't know how to get them back home, we are struggling, they are tired, is this, we get that messages a lot, and then I'm sure you get a lot of them too. How have you been able to help, or what can be done to help bring these people back home? Is it with the help of the government, the people? Enlighten us so we know.
Okay, so I get messages every day
I know.
about people that need help in different countries.
Yes.
And as an individual, there's a limit to what I can do.
Okay.
Our work is very expensive, very, very expensive. And I am just one person trying, which I know I am giving my all. First, the government needs to support us. The government have the resources to really help. I am not bragging, but I am good at this thing, and a lot of people trust me. I've worked with a lot of people over and over again, and I love what I do. This is basically what I live for, and I am good at it. I know how to do it, but I need support from the government. I need resources from the government, a lot of resources. If the government can give me a skill acquisition center, it's really going to go a long way for me. If they can give us an operational vehicle, it will really go a long way for me. For example, the last time I went to Agadez, that's crossing to Libya, I went because of two girls, but there were other seven girls there. And paying for the transportation of those seven girls is a lot. So I had to spend extra week that I didn't plan for, so as to get money from Nigeria to bring them back home. But if we have our own operational vehicle, it is easy to bring these people back without spending a lot. If we have a skill acquisition center, these girls, when they are coming back, they have a place to fall back to and to rehabilitate. I also need help of individuals. My Facebook family, I am so grateful. These people have shown me support. There was one girl, one small girl, Moreni KG, that would have become a victim of child trafficking. The hospital where they wanted to traffic this girl, the hospital was closed down just last week. Posted it on my wall. The Libyan government closed this hospital down. They were holding this girl hostage, and they say if you don't bring 2 million, I mean this is a standard hospital, they will not release. I cried on Facebook and they came through for me. So I need helps of individual that can actually help me to help others, because right now I am more like handicapped. And honestly, the government is not even doing anything to support our work, and it is really discouraging. There's a memory that will never leave my head. It should be 2022. There was a girl stranded in Abjadia. And my then Commissioner of Women Affairs in my own state, I inboxed this woman to see how to help this girl. As Commissioner of Women Affairs in my state then, she blocked me on WhatsApp. That's bygone. So it is really difficult to actually trust the government. The only thing you get to hear is that, oh, is that you are doing a good work, you are doing a good work. Okay, to what end? Okay, you are saying that I am doing a good work. Why can't you support my good work and try to boost it? At least give me that moral support. Last year, wasn't it last year when I was in Mali, government said that, okay, oh, we are going to invite you. You know, when they said we are going to invite you and talk to you, I was very happy. Mumumi, I had to sit down and draft a strategy that will really help us combat that thing, that combat this human trafficking. Till today, the invitation has not come. So I am like, the government should please not break my wings. Just they should help me to fly. They should help me to fly. I'm not asking for money from them. I just need that resources. They can give it to me. They can give it to us. They should help me to help others. Like, I am at my own wit's end. There's a little, how much am I making? They should please, they can do it. We can sit down. I can even table the strategies to them. Let them
Let
do
them do
it
it
themselves.
themselves.
I've gone back to school. I am now in 300 level. So I can focus on my own school, focus on my own child. But there is no way, anytime I see a girl that needs help, it reminds me of what I have gone through. So there's no way I can still keep opening my eyes to see what is happening. It keeps leaving me in pain. So the government should please, they can do it. This I am very sure of.
Well done.
Thank you so
Miss
much.
Oeza, you're
Thank you.
doing so well.
Thank
And I pray that you get all the resources needed,
you.
all the
Amen.
help.
Amen.
I pray that your voice is heard.
Amen.
This is a lot. I know how draining things like this can be,
It is.
especially when help is not coming from everywhere. To open my phone now is a lot even for me as a person, because this person needs help, this person needs money, this person is sick, the other one is sick, and I'm like, this is just a TV show. It's not a foundation. I'm not getting money from anybody. Please help me. So I know what you're facing. I
It's
know
not
how it
easy.
is.
Honestly,
I
it's not.
know. But I pray that your voice will be loud.
Amen.
I pray that God will enhance your voice,
Amen.
no matter how silent it looks, that you will be loud enough for people, the right people
Amen.
that would help to hear it,
Amen.
so that you will get the accurate help that is needed to help these people. Because I know what it is when you have this urge, when you have this burden to help and you cannot yourself. I know what it is. I am going through that in my own way, and this is another way. But help will come by the
Amen.
grace of God.
Amen.
Before I let you go, what has life taught you as a person?
Um, Life has taught me that honestly, you don't have a power over some things. If someone had told me that the way I grew up, the way I was raised, the way I loved myself, and the way I pride myself in having power over my body, over my life, if someone had told me that someone, not even three persons, so one person will sexually assault me and I will not have the power to fight back, I would have denied it. But it happened and I am still surviving. So life has taught me that you don't have power over everything. You should be grateful for the little you have power
Power
over,
over.
and the ones you don't have power over, just accept it and see it as part of life. That is what life has actually taught me. And I am grateful for everything. My experience, even though it was painful, even though it was surrounded by pain, it's betting new things.
Things,
It's
and then it
betting
has
new things.
shaped you into what
What
your
I am,
assignment today.
that's
I
just
think
it.
it's just the way that it's just your own route to fulfilling God's purpose for your life.
Yeah.
So as much as those thoughts will keep coming, just know that you're fulfilling purpose. Regardless, even if you say you're not doing anything today, the people that God have used you to help will never forget. Posterity will
Definitely.
never forget.
Definitely.
Those people will live to remember. And I pray that, I hope that you are able to do much more than you have done in the past.
Amen.
Please talk to one word or advice for people who everything about their life, their way of survival, what everything about their thinking is just to travel out. Wherever people will say, even if it's not just outside Nigeria, even if it's Togo, if they just want to leave Nigeria, please, I want you to say a word to them.
I know this is a lot, but I want to first talk to people that are currently in one or two trafficking ring. Just keep holding on and stop blaming yourself. Stop listening to people blaming you. They don't know your story, only you know your story. And for people that are thinking of carrying their bags and going through illegal routes, going to some country, and funny enough, it's not only Libya, Mali, a lot of countries out there. Please abort mission. It is not green now. That you see that other side there is brown. It's not green. There's nothing green there. Forget everything you are seeing online. Forget what they are telling you, forget what they are saying about our country. If you want to travel, just travel right. If you don't have your visa, you don't have your passport, you cannot get your work permit, your residential permit, please just stay
Stay.
in your father's land, because help might not come. Oh, help might not come. So just stay here, drink your gari in peace until you can travel right. It is not greener at the other side at all.
The land is not greener at the other side. Sometimes it is better here than where you're proposing to go. A lot of us, we have things to do here. We are not able to do it here, but we'll travel to do much more. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming most of you. In fact, I'm not blaming anybody. Sometimes fate has its own way, and another time you just didn't understand. And that is why we're creating this awareness to let you know that please think twice. Abort mission if you're not sure of where you're going to. And somebody is telling you we travel by road in just 1 week, in just 3 days, you will get there. You might not make it to that place. Someone came here one time telling us the story about Libya. This is about the third person that is sharing our experience traveling by the road, and they had three different things. Although they are similar, their story is similar, but at the same time, different experience altogether. How people, they are seeing people, dead bodies all over, and they will be watching them. Some of them are not totally dead, and they will abandon them because they can't wait, and they will be seeing dead bodies from maybe 2 minutes drives. That's crazy. That's bad. So please, if you're trying to, this might just be a message to you. Abort mission. Get a work here. Do something. You never can know. God will bless the work of your hands. And if you have to travel, take your time. Travel right. Let God make a way for you. Okay? I hope you've been able to learn something. Miss Oiza,
Thank you so much.
thank you so
Thank
much for
you so
coming.
much.
We have learned so much from you. This is very lengthy, but every part of it is educational. And I hope these people also will learn from it. And the government, the right people that could help will also come to your heads.
Amen.
Thanks for coming
Thank
on
you
the
so
show.
much. Thank you so
This
much.
means
It's a
so much
pleasure.
to us.
Thank you
It's
so
just our
much.
tradition. We say thank you
Thank
for coming.
Oh, thank you so much.
God bless
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you.
This is also a gift from us to you
Oh,
to say thank you.
thank you so much. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much. I am
You're,
so grateful.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you.
And then this is from Tam Cuisine.
Oh,
It's a food pack for
okay.
you. We don't
Oh.
want you to be hungry.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. And
Alright.
please, if you still have to go for the therapy, please still go. I
No,
know.
I consistently go for therapy.
Good.
Yeah, I have a therapist. She's not my friend, so she's no
Good.
longer my therapist. She's
Oh,
not a
good.
friend.
Good.
You
Good.
cannot do without therapy. You
You
can't.
understand.
Yeah.
So I know you need that, but don't worry. Very soon you will be celebrated in well enough. You will get your flowers.
Amen.
The people who knows what you're doing, they know it. And I didn't thank you enough for helping us with your last
It's
case.
okay.
That's episode 140. You can go watch it. We didn't thank you enough.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so
You
much.
did so well. You
Thank you
did
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
I'm sure if it wasn't with your help and also the government coming through, it might not be that easy.
Yeah,
But you
that's true.
came through. You went there. You did everything. We're saying thank you.
Thank you so
And to
much.
those ones that you are doing that is not acknowledged, it's not seen. Those are you have. I'm talking about one, the ones that you have done maybe since over a year ago, about a year ago.
Yeah.
But what about the one that you do every week, every day, and you are not applauded for? One thing I know, on Talk to Be by the grace of God, we've been able to do a lot by God's mercy that nobody is saying anything about, that nobody is saying. But I know The Bible says that God is the rewarder of those that diligently seek Him.
Same.
The God that sees in secret, He will
Lord,
reward you. He
amen.
will reward us.
Amen.
So if we're not doing it for anything, we're not doing it to be applauded, but we're doing it that God can reward us, and He will reward you greatly.
Amen.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Amen. I need to. Thank you so much.
Family, this is where we'll be saying goodbye today. I hope you've learned something. This is worth it, right? It is. My take home today will be, know that you cannot change everything. You don't have power over everything. The ones that you have power over, embrace it, do it. And the ones that you don't have power over, just hand it over to God and let God have His way. Till I come your way, same time next week on the same channel. Do not forget, in whatever thing you're doing, put God first, be determined, and stay focused. I'm Dr. Abiola Adebayo. I'll see you again next week by God's grace. I love you, and God loves you more. Bye.
Talk to be, share your experience.